So this is a song dedicated to the people that believe in the name Jesus. If that guy existed, his name was not Jesus. So there is no power in the name of Jesus, and there can never be power in that name. Try
You can say that again.
It's never going to happen.
Say it again. We want to hear.
Jesus, the most useless name I know.
You can say that again.
It's always not the same. Don't ever
Keep resounding
praise
it.
his
We
ugly
just want to hear.
That is the reason why we must dump him so.
Correct.
Cause Jesus, the most useless name I know.
You can say that again.
Jesus, the most useless name I know.
Loud it, loud it, loud it. Make it louder.
He's always not the same. Don't ever praise his ugly name. That is the reason why we must dump him so. Cause Jesus, the most useless name I know.
Loud it.
Jesus, the most useless name I know.
Very useless name. Let me amplify it. I want it loud.
Don't ever praise his useless name.
Okay, now.
That is the reason why we must dump him so. Cause Jesus, the most useless name I know.
You can say it again.
The name of Jesus.
Hey.
Them all.
It's in my sorrow.
The name of Jesus
It's
is
a
a scam.
scam.
The name of
Hey.
Jesus, the name of Jesus, change
You can
them all.
say it again.
Sin and sorrow.
Loud it.
The name of
Loud
Jesus
it.
is a scam.
Loud it.
The name
I want it
of
loud.
Jesus,
I want it
the
loud.
name
So
of
loud.
Jesus,
Okay, let me amplify
change
it.
them all.
In sin and sorrow, the name of Jesus is a scam. Hey, the name of Jesus changed them all. In sin and sorrow, the name of Jesus is a scam. Scammer. 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 Hey, scammer. Yahoo, Yahoo, the most powerful Yahoo is simply this very guy called PJC, Big Jesus Christ. His people's father, his people king, he is people Messiah, he is people God, but he's a very stupid one. He's a demonic entity. Yes, he's a demonic entity. You shouldn't have been trusting. You should not have, or you shouldn't have been entrusting your eternity, precious life unto this very pig hand. Can you give what is holy unto pig? It's going to tear you into pieces. Yes, it's going to scramble you. Yes, it's going to cast you underfoot because he's a pig. What is holy meant not for pig? Says come, okay. All right, now, family, let's do what we're here today. Greetings, family. Greetings to every one of us. Hope we all are doing great on this wonderful, glorious, lovely day once again for you and I to circle around YAHUAH'S eternal blessed throne and to just get our soul, spirit, and body, our totality, the past, right now, future, filled with YAHUAH'S eternal divine breath. The very uncontaminated one. The very one that is going to carry you all through eternity. The very one that is going to be, carry you in the back, straight away to that kingdom that can never pass away. Kingdom that live all eternity. Yes, that is what the breath of YAHUAH does when he entered you. It is a he. It is a he. The breath of YAHUAH. It is even double he. The word and his spirit, his word and his spirit, both will enter you and to carry you throughout this journey unto eternity. It is what the word of Abba Yahuwah does. Okay, to anyone sincerely that opened to the very book of life, their life will come into you. It is called the book of life. Now, when I'm saying this, the book of life, I'm not saying everything written in the Bible or in the royal law is life. No, you know the very part I'm talking about, his commandments. Abba Yahuwah's character, spoken word, and the dealings, it all makes life. And not the version of serpents in it, or false prophets in it, and all this wanted sight in it. No, I'm not talking about that, okay? Angels lusting after women. I'm not talking about that, okay? All right, now, family, let's do what we're here today. Thank you, Abba. Love you so much. Give you all glory, honor, adoration once again. I just want to baruch you and give you eternal thanks, because this thanksgiving is going to last unto eternity, for separating the entire house of Yehudah, rather the tribe of Yehudah, from the day of wolf, from their own day of lovers day, from their own day to display their love. Thank you for removing us from their day, and for bringing us into your own day. Your own day is every now and then. You don't set any day special apart to be celebrating love. No, we celebrate your love for us every now and then. Thank you for removing us and for delivering us, setting us free from their own day. That we won't be a person, that we are never, or will never be a participant of that their wicked day. Thank you for setting us free, that we will never, I and the entire house of Israel will never be a part of their day, because we were once there. Thank you for casting it under our foot and bringing us into your own that leads unto eternity. I love you so much. Thank you, Abba. To you be all glory. Thank you for your giving word. Thank you for your giving set apart spirit. Thank you for everything, for giving us yourself as our eternal Father. I say to the Abba, love you so much. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All right, now, family, quickly, let's do the leftover part. The very journey we began already on the Shabbat. Okay, so I want to do the finish it today. Like I said, we have already done the number 1.1 and 3. Okay, so I want to look into point 2 and 4. This very message is unique in its character also, because I've never done a message that have such a character that I have to do 1 and jump to 3. Then I have to return back and do 2 and jump to 4. It's a wonderful, phenomena, I must say, because it's first time I'm also, witnessing a thing like this. Anyways, every day Abba Yahuwah always bring out something new. So let's call out the title. Like you and I know already, title always help navigate us into Holy Scriptures. So family, with this being said, here we are in the heavenly court room of Abba Yahuwah with this powerful message titled for you and me. Pick Jesus Christ and snake Allah's sexual lust hearts, so love the world and gave Lupercalia my 24 whole year testimony from Loversday sexual ritual, or rather sex rituals. Let me take it again. PJC, you know what it is already. Pick Jesus Christ and snake Allah sexual lust hearts. Okay, so loved their sexual lust hearts, so loved the entire world that they now gave us Lupercalia. So Lupercalia simply means the day of wolf, and we have it. Scripture have it that sheep is going to be masquerading. Wolf is going to be masquerading as sheep to devour people. In like manner, this their love has already masqueraded. Okay, that is to say, link of fire masquerades himself as eternal love. Eternal suffering has already, eternal hatred has already, because Revelation 18 make it so clear that with Babylon is filled, that in fact all hateful birds, excuse me, all hateful birds indoors Babylon. Okay, hateful bells indoors Babylon. But these hateful bells are not going to come unto you that they hate you, but rather they're going to mask it up. They're going to shade it, okay, as something they will put in your hand called love, or they have already put in your hand called love. So Lupercalia simply means the day of the wolf, okay? And we also have something similar, the day of atonement. So the day of atonement is to give, which is the actual eternal love of Abba Yahuwah, unconditional love, agape love, is to give. Is to give. Love gave, lust take. Love is going to give anything but anything to make it right, to fix your life, to make your life blossom as, paradise. That is what love is doing. It's going to make you perfect. It's going to make it work for you. Love is going to do anything by thing to see that you are in a perfect state. Okay, what is love? I want to break it down prior to my own little education. What I know about love, how fragile the heart is, how fragile love, newborn baby is, how fragile is egg. They are very tender and fragile. Okay, so that is what I know. That is how I want to put love. That is the state I put love. If you are in love with somebody, okay, that is what it is. You want to pamper. You want to make it good. You will hold that person very, very, carefully. And you provide what is going to sustain that person's life, or that very one you are in love with. And that is exactly what Abba Yahuwah did. Okay? And love belongs to man. Love doesn't belong to woman according to the royal law standard of judgment. Love is say, husband, love your wife. Our own women is to submission. So the entire world should have been submitted unto Abba Yahuwah. Why Abba Yahuwah will retain the love of Abba Yahuwah is already there. It goes nowhere. But a lot of people, shut the door of Abba Yahuwah's love against themselves. And that is why hatred everywhere. Because where Abba Yahuwah, when the light turn off, when the life is off, the life of heaven is off you. Of course, web of darkness is going to step in. You're going to be turned into a web of darkness, which is their hatred they mask up as love for you. Women were never in anywhere, taught to love their husband. Rather, submit to your husband. Respect your husband. Be obedient unto your husband as if you are obeying Yahuwah. The love, the chambers of love belongs to the man. The man is the one to do the loving. And we now see a deity also set a day aside, no, rather 3 days aside to display his love for the entire world. People, let me tell you, what you know, what you don't know is forever greater than you. You are just a baby before this very secret, a very thing that is hiding away from you. But it should have been accessible unto you, visible unto you, if you cleave yourself with the very authentic source. Therefore, you're going to be seeing the counterfeit that was out there trying to deceive you. Yeah. So because you disqualified yourself and you count yourself unworthy of Abba Yahuwah's love. And that is the reason, okay, hatred as love step into the world. So all this, let me tell you, spiritual word is legal and is spiritual. This very word we are is legal and spiritual. Is legal and spiritual. So what you don't know about what you celebrate, what you are celebrating, is forever greater than you. You should have been testing what you, anyways. How can you test it when you become a tool or a tool in their hands? You can't test. That ability is not there for you to be doing that. Okay. So this is big. Anyways, let's return back to the title. PJC, you know what that is already. SA, you know what that is already. PJC simply means Pig Jesus Christ and Snake Allah, sexual lust, hearts. So loved the world and gave Lupercalia. My 24-year testimony from Loversday says rituals. Foundational scriptures, Leviticus 16 and Zechariah chapter 5. Oh my Father, what am I saying now? I rebuke Allah in Yahweh's mighty name. They are attacking my tongue. What is chapter? Part 2. Let me take it again. Pick Jesus Christ and Snake Allah's sexual lust hearts. So loved the world and gave Lupercalia by 24 whole years testimony from Loversday sex rituals. Foundational scriptures. Leviticus chapter 16 and Zechariah chapter 5 part 2. Okay, so we have already done the part 1 on the Shabbat. So family, this very final one is the part 2. So it is very much possible you come in contact in the news feed with this part 2 and haven't yet listened to part 1. If you are not yet listening to part 1, go and do just that. Okay, because this is a segment that said finish it line. Therefore, it has a beginning, part 1. So, but if you are so done that, fine. More power now to you, for you to listen to this part 2. Not just to be a listener, also the dua of YAHUAH'S word, saying that is very much applicable to everybody, anyone that is worthy of life. If you are worthy of life, you are free to access this very wonderful expose. I can't call it mystery. I can also, if I also call it mystery, I'm right also. But let me just put in the very simple terminology, expose. Okay, a thing you don't know is a mystery. That is, something is standing before you, yet you are not saying it. So by so doing, it will become a mystery before you. So I want to help to unlock. I want to help to unravel. And I want to help to open it onto you. I want to make it broad and wide before you, like a broader light, in order for you to access it and see what you're going to be doing with this huge information we are passing out through the mindset of the Ruach HaKodesh in this platform. Abi YAHUAH has been using me to give so much expose, so much, because I'm being, redeemed by his grace. So I need to put it out there. We don't sell it, of course not. Anyways, can I re-break us in order for us to have a better walkway through? Pick Jesus Christ and Snake Allah lost hearts, so loved the world and gave Lupercalia my 24 years testimony from Loversday sex rituals. Leviticus 16, Zechariah chapter 5, part 2. Okay, like I said, go listen to part 1. If you have already done that, fine. And be very, very, optimistic to use this information. To use this information. You must use this information. Saying that this platform doesn't represent or serve for gossip ground. No, it is a ground that carry a huge purifying effort, because all this expose simply mean purifying effort. It simply mean cleansing. It simply mean preparation. It simply mean we are headed to somewhere, and that somewhere, it is simply called eternity. To have eternity with the King. So, having said this, let's do the finishing now. I called the part 2 already, the title. Now it is to work it out. So first of all, I would also like us to go to Matthew You see, we have not even started. They started their barrier already. They're rushing quickly with this, their nonsense adverts. Assuming you have eyes in the back, you should have seen me that this very person you are trying to, sell your business to, don't even have your time. And you should have just leave me alone, because I don't want to buy your whatever you are selling. I don't even watch adverts now. Anyways, family, let's do it together. Thank you, Abba. Love you so much. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So finally, on the Shabbat, we'll be looking into let me give it to her. She know who's reverend she is. I don't know who's, of course, not our own reverend, but the reverend of Jesus Christ, okay? She's a woman, okay? Reverend Funke Francis Adejumo. I'll be returning to her. A lot still needs to be touched, established prior to our nonsensical teachings about our sisters, our young ladies, marital, affair, how to conduct yourself in a proper manner for a husband to be chaste, okay, how to be chaste. But she's teaching them through worldly things. So we want to do our own versus biblical own. So we'll be doing that one on the Shabbat. Funke Adejumo, Funke Francis Adejumo, okay, teaching of marital preparation versus the biblical teachings of marital preparation. We want to do, because I always so different. It's another thing entirely. But if you don't know, you'll be thinking that what she's saying is one of the rainbow color of marriage. You're going to be seeing our teachings, one of the rainbow colors marriage teachings or segment, but not at all. It is the other way around. It is Lupercalia. It is simply Lupercalia, the day of wolf. Wolf has already set a day to tear everyone that buy what is selling into pieces. What could that be? It is the link of fire. Excuse me. Like you know already, I'm in my fasting again. I love fasting. Okay. Fasting simply means, okay, when you are praying, just normal prayer, it simply means, Abeyewa, I need more of you. More of you. More of you, Yahuwah, I need more of you. More of you, and Yahuwah. So prayer, that's what prayer simply means. More of you. I want you to feel me, feel me, feel me. But fasting is stronger. Fasting said, everything about me, I trash it. That is everything about my flesh, I trash it. And I agreed with the spirit of Abba Yahuwah. I want to be matured. I want to be very next to the spirit of Abba Yahuwah. I want to be one with the spirit of Abba Yahuwah. Okay, prayer is crying out, I need more of you. But fasting said, no, I'm done already with my flesh. I don't need anything that has to do with carnality. I just want to be in the spirit. Maturity. And with that, demon is going to pack off. They will be packing off. So let's do Matthew chapter 6, verses 22. The light of the body is the eye. If therefore thy eyes be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. So you can take it, okay, let's read 3. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. If therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness? How great is that darkness? Is answered in somewhere. What could that be? It is that some place, that somewhere, the science and Pig Jesus and Snake Allah called Venus. The very hottest place, or rather hottest planet in our solar system, Venus. Venus is a woman, is goddess, she's goddess. Okay? Like this February is also goddess. February is this very month. February is named after woman, Feborata or Feborara. Or Febro is a woman. Love is a woman. Okay? Now, this February is co-pilot with a god. Okay, a god co-pilot this very Feborara or Feborata. Feborara, she is goddess. In all the 12 months, only 1 month is dedicated unto goddess, February, Feborata, Feborara. But still co-pilot with a god called Phoenix. 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 That is his name. And this Phoenix is also known as the god of Greek. Lupercalia is the god that came from Genesis 3. It's Allah. That is the need you must listen to part 1, because we have done their place of origin and their sex rituals, where he came from. We will still touch on the sex ritual a little bit, okay? It's in the Mecca. And they are kissing that because already, their vagina. It is the very right hand of Allah, whereby Allah is taking away the sins of Muslim. Called Yemina is carved as a woman, private part. And that is why every year, Muslims all around the whole world, or around the globe, ought to go to Mecca and kiss that very stone. Okay. They are liquid bekus. And the gay Allah in his own word, woman womb became his garment. So I don't want to dwell too much on that anyways. So I want to do the leftover part. A time of full testimony. I will be doing this message again now, live video. So we're at that place already, that the light of the body, the light of the entire body is what? Okay, the eye, excuse me, of the entire body is light. Is a single one, okay. And again, the darkness of the entire body is also what? The eye. Because the evil eye is there. Is that ministry? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay, check it out. Let me just put in a very clear language. You see the love of Abba Yahuwah. John 3:16. That is Abba Yahuwah's love. And that one, what celebration, celebrating every day, because it is your salvation. It is your eternity. Okay, that is the good eye. If you see that, it will become light. You know, Yahushua is the light of the world. But if you don't see that, then you see Lupercalia, Loversday. Sorry, it becomes evil. And it says it's going to be darkness. The light of your body is full of darkness. And if the light of your body is darkness, say how great is that darkness, which is the link of fire, Venus, a woman, a gay. So these people is just revealing unto you people what makes us fail from glory. It is sexual intercourse. It is lust. And you are celebrating that nonsense with that tabulicious art, that abominable art, that taboo. It's a tabulicious. And you are celebrating it with them. Am I the one demon is going to be using to cash cruise? Yeah, what's forbid that? How can demon be using me to be cashing cruise? I want to celebrate the day you lost after a woman. You have to bring me into that nonsense? No, I won't be doing that. Anyways, let's proceed now. We see light already. So we want to go more deeper. What is light? Your eyes, the light of your eyes. The royal law is going to be answering the question the royal law puts out. But you will take absolute control over my tongue. It's really messing up. I don't know what is this. So the royal law will be answering the questions from the royal law. Tehillim, best known as Psalms, chapter 119, We're going to be looking into verses 105 or so. I think I marked. Is it marked? Yeah, yes. So let's read. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. So you see what the light of your eyes ought to be. I'm sorry. I need to blow off this kata. So this is what the light of your eyes ought to be. Veroyalo. Veroyalo is the light of your eyes. And therefore your entire body will be filled with lights. So let's proceed. Light is a deity, and darkness is also a deity. Oh no. Get out. This is their nonsense efforts. Sometimes it's so, I don't know, very ridiculous. Beg, may I get out. Just get out. Get out. Now, New Testament, John chapter 8, verses 12. Like I said, the royal law is going to be answering every question also from the royal law. Precept has to be upon precept, line upon line. We are taking here a little and take there a little. John 8:12. Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. Now you see is a deity. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Eventually, this very light is going to turn eternity, life in you. So that is the light, because the word is life. Now, let's do John 14. How do you need to follow him? He said, if you follow me, just take your cross and follow. He said, if you follow me, let me take it again. Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Are you getting that? Let's see how you ought to follow him. When you follow him, he said, you're going to be having the light of life. You won't walk in darkness. You know, this Lupercalia is simply meant to walk in darkness. John 14 verses 15. If ye love me, keep my commandments. Simple as that. That is how you follows. And the light is a lamp unto your feet. Is a lamp unto your feet. A lamp is a Messiah and is a light unto your path. And this is the very, what it is. This is the meaning of your eye becoming good. When your eye is good, not evil, therefore, you're going to be, your entire body will be filled with light. That is, you are carrying, the entire heaven is your banner. The entire heaven banners over you and surrounds you. Builds a walls of fire all over you. That's what it is. Because you reverence, you respect heaven, of course. In return, heaven is going to banner, light is going to banner all over you. Now 23. Yahushua answered and said unto him, if a man love me, and he shall keep my words, and my Father will love him, and we would come unto him and make our home with him. Do you see? Case closed. He that loveth me not, 24, loveth me not, keepeth not my sayings, and the word which ye hear is not mine, but the Father's which sent me. Simple as that is the royal law. For you to have a very good, clear eye, to see very clear as the broad day, you need to put on the royal law. That's what it is. So that is how you follow. He said, if anyone that follows me, you will be having the light of life. You can't walk in darkness. No way. No way. No way. Luke 15, verses 8 to 10. I quickly want to chip this in because it's very, very important also what the light is. Luke chapter 15, verses 8, 9, and 10. I read 8 now. Either what woman having 10 pieces of silver, if she lose one piece, doeth not light a candle, and sweep the house, and seek diligently till She found it, and when she had found it, she calleth her friends and her neighbors together, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the peace which I had lost. So what helps her? What gave her that moral standard to know, to locate where that peace is, is? It is the light. And what could that be? The royal law. 10. Likewise I say unto you the day, likewise I say unto you, there is joy in the presence of angels of Yahuwah over one sinner that repents. It is the nature of this segment. It is what this segment stands for. It is what is agitated for. It is what is stood for. It is what is, this is what is agitated for. That you should turn on the light. Your valuable ornament is mixing, is lost, and must be found. It ought to be found. But there's no way you can find it without putting on the light. The real love for you is mixing in your life, because there's no way you can have the love for you while you will be celebrating Lupercalia. The day of wolf, you can't be celebrating disaster. That is disaster. It's so disastrous. You don't need it. Okay, so turn on the light. How do you ought to turn it on? Start turning it on from Genesis chapter 1 way down to Revelation 22. If you are done, return back again. Keep uncovering. Uncover page to page the entire scriptures. When you are done, return back. That is what I'm doing. When I'm done, I keep returning back. I'm not old to do that. I'm not graduating at all. Seeing that I'm not in any man-made school. I am in the school of eternity, so I will keep learning, I will keep studying, and by so doing, I will keep finding, new stuff, new revelation, new wisdom, new stuff, of course. All right, let's see add some more. Genesis chapter 1, do you still remember? I think since we are talking about light, that is going to be helping someone today to go in search of that very valuable ornament you misplaced. You don't know where you kept it. But through the help of the light, you will be finding it. Genesis chapter 1, verses 1. In the beginning, Yahuwah created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness, was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of Yahuwah moved upon the face of the waters. And Yahuwah said, Let there be light. And there was light, including Almighty, the invisible Yahuwah, the omnipresence, omniscience, omnipresence, omniscience, okay, let me leave. That is the all-knowing Yahuwah, the all-seeing. Okay, Yahuwah did not say, let me do it miraculously. No, it still go through practical. Yahuwah still go through practical. It first of all turn on the lights, because something is mixing. Darkness that you saw there, it is this Lupercalia. They fell from heaven. They fell from glory. So that is the day they give unto you to be celebrating. Why should they be using it to fill that gap? Why should they invite you into their destruction to be celebrating it with them? Why are they giving you that kind of heavy, duty, heavy assignment to run for them? So Yahuwah himself couldn't fake it. There was darkness covered the surface of the deep. Therefore, Yahuwah say, I need light to do job. I just need light. Let's return back. We are doing first of all because, no, you have started air. Get out. I don't need what you are selling. Just let me be. Come on, let me be. I'm going somewhere, very far place. Especially the point 2 is heavy. Very heavy. It has two faces. We'll be doing the good love. We'll be doing the bad love. We'll be doing the day of atonement. We'll be doing the day of Lupercalia. Because the day of atonement has to do with bloodshed. And Lupercalia also has to do with bloodshed. And the day of atonement has to do with killing of animals, goats, and bullock. And the Lupercalia, the day of the wolf, also has to do with killing of animals, goats and dogs. Goats and dogs. Okay, are you checking out the similarity? So it's a lot. Now, oh my Abba. Matthew 5, want to do final lights. Okay. Matthew chapter 5. Should I be using NIV? Let me first of all go through NIV. If it doesn't give me what I want, please, so nobody should touch my message. Yeah, what's my thing? But you will remove every satanic distraction, every busybody, noisome demon that is exalting themselves against your knowledge, the knowledge of your word. YAHUAH, please captivate them all in your mighty name. As you said, your weapons, the weapons of our warfare is not carnal, but is mighty through YAHUAH in pulling down strongholds. Any strongholds that want to attack this segment in any form or shape, Abba, in your mighty name, humble them all, captivate them all, imprison all of them, and make them total obedient unto the knowledge of your word. In your mighty name, amen and amen. Now, Matthew chapter 5, I'm going to be taking from, let me check out the verse. Okay, 14 through 16. Shut up! The most hated one. Show Allah when here. Huh? You are mad. Always says death. Through whatever they are reading or singing. You know, their Ramadan is here. Next week, Wednesday. How do I know? Through my telephone. They marked it already. And Ramadan, which is also fasting, like I just illustrated what fasting represents. It is this, their own fasting. It is to kill the righteous Naboth. It is Jezebel fasting. It is simply the kind of Jezebel fasting. When they want to steal the land, properties, inheritance of Naboth, okay, Jezebel went into fasting. And they eliminated him and they took his property. What he inherited from his father. So that is the fasting of Muslim. They want to capture the earth. It is fasting of Lupercalia. Because they want to give you the final Lupercalia, which is says knocking from Allah's heart, paradise, down to the earth. It's going to be so broad. So that is their fasting, a whole 1 month. Ours is just 1 day. Oh my Abba, thank you for bringing this in also. Our own, the day of atonement, is just 1 day. What is the meaning of atonement? Atonement simply means to cover from destruction. Anyways, to cover you from destruction. You were naked. Something put you in that state, horrible state. Therefore, YAHUAH now uses presence to cover you. Atonement in Hebrew simply means Yom Kippur, to Kippur for you. That is to cover you, to shade you from destruction. To atone for your errors and cover you from judgment of eternal damnation. That's what it is. So what about Lupercalia? Lupercalia or Lupercanius or Lupercalia. I don't really care. But the most popular is Lupercalia. My throat. Oh, YAHUAH, take absolute control. Now listen, Matthew chapter 5 verses 14. You are the light of the world. A city on a hill cannot be hiding. A house built on top of the mountain can't be hidden at all. 15. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under pillow. Instead, they will put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good deeds and praise your Father which is in heaven. Oh, I prefer this one. I'm not going to King James anymore. Okay, you see this verses 15. 14 said, you are a light. A house built on top of the hill, mountain, can never be hiding from. Is light hiding from anybody? Aren't you see the authority of light? when you put it on, darkness will just fled away. It will flee one time. Nowhere to be found. Vanished right away. That is the power of light, which is the royal law. 15 said, neither do people light a lamp and put it on the pillow. Are you going to be doing that? No. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. The entire world is the house. Okay? So it's the nature of this segment to help you turn on the light. Put it on, the royal law. So let's see how the reason you ought to put on the light so that your eyes will be good. So when you say, oh my, what am I doing now? Yes. When you say, if your eye is good, single, that is, none of you, don't add anything. Single, just obey your word. The royal law that is why it says single. If your eye is good, not eyes. Your pineal gland, if it's good, you're going to be seeing, obey Yahweh in his holiness. Okay, single. The royal law is sufficient. You don't need any backup, whatever. Just the royal law. That's it. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahweh and in the power of his might. Who is the power of his might? Yahushua, the word again, which is the light again. 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Now, this is the reason you need to put it on. There is a lot of tricks, a lot of traps, a lot of gulf dug by this enemy, okay, out there. But they are not going to be presenting to you that is a grave or is a pit. They're going to come to you as this is wonderful. It's a must taken by you. It's a must do thing by you. It's a thing you needed to survive in life. They're going to seduce you because they are full of lust, and they will infuse it in you. Before you knew it, you will begin to dance their message. You will begin to sing their song, and you begin to dance their song, their dance. Okay, folly kingdom. All right. So that is their tricks. So that makes it difficult. Honestly, they didn't put it out there to be easy discovery. They make it so difficult. That is why you need to go extra mind. The only way you will be able to go extra mind, it is for you to put on the royal law. Psalm chapter 19, I think verses 5 or 7 said, the royal law is going to make you wise than the serpent. So these games and gimmicks of these folly deities, it's not out there like a danger unto you, but it's out there, as a thing that you need the most, a thing that is so precious unto you, a thing a thing that must be part of you, a thing your soul, spirit, and body needs, a thing that looks like breath of life for you. So that is how they're going to mask it up. That is how they're going to masquerade it. That is how they're going to shade it. That you yourself, you will be using all your might to run after it, in order for that very thing to be part of you, to be found in you, to be working in you, to be a thing that is, like kind of crown, okay, on your head. Yeah, that is how they are putting it. Meanwhile, it simply means destruction. So they're going to make you chase after death through what they put in your eye as a thing you desire the most. Not 12. It said put on the whole 11. It said put on the whole armor. Why are you going to be doing that? I break some down already, another part of it. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against the rulers. Okay, against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. The eyes of the world is blind already. They don't see. Now the light of their body is darkness. And Yahushua said that darkness is a thick one. It's a great one, which is the Venus. Woman Matai get the link of fire. The darkness of this world against spiritual wickedness in the secret places. They are hiding. They don't want you to see. Then again, Wherefore take unto you the whole armor. It did not say, repeated it again, the whole. Which one is the whole armor? From Genesis way down to Revelations. Genesis to Revelations is the whole armor. You need it in building this ark. I'm sorry, I can't fake it. Don't want to pretend. I just want to come and this is who I am. I can't fake it. I'm sorry. I know it's so disgusting, but forgive me. I can't hide it. Because I don't like drinking spit, okay? When I'm fasting, I always spit it. I always spew it out. I don't like drinking spit. It irritates me. All right, let's go back. So verses 13. So, put on the whole armor. You see how to put on the whole armor. You can read Genesis chapter 6. When deluge was coming, every single instructions Abiyahuah gave unto Noah. Noah utilized all of them. Exactly how Abiyahuah wanted him to build the ark, it was so. So as you may pick some part and leave some part, there's going to be a loophole in that ark. From there, the water will still penetrate and the boat will sink, or the ark will sink, and destruction will still overtake him while in the presence of Abiyahuah. That is Judas. Judas in the presence of Yahushua, yet is still, walk through destruction. It still, make it back to eternal damnation. It couldn't make it to heaven, but rather backwardness, eternal fire. So put on the whole armor. I take it again. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor. It is your battle. It is your weapons of demons' destruction, principalities and powers, devils of this world. Yes, it is their weapon of destruction. 13. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor, not some part, okay, of Yahuwah, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day. Come on, people, where we just read Matthew 6 verses 22 and 22 and 23. 23 said, if your eye being evil, therefore your entire body is going to feel filled with darkness. He said, now if the light of your body is darkness, he said, therefore the darkness of your body is going to be so great. The day are evil. And having done all to stand. This is what is going to make you stand. Because why? The day are evil, people. This very present world we live in is filled with legions of demons. And they also implement something for you that is so just connect you with themselves, to be tied with you, to be so tied demons with you. Is the meaning of what they gave unto you. Yes. That is just all. To be one with them. How can you be celebrating them, demons? So I think we are done with this part now. So now let's rush now into the very point 2. Zechariah chapter 5. We're going to be reading it. We have a lot to read today. But it will help your daughter. See, I've it again. Like kind of dragging my Bible, my phone with me. Let me change this paperwork. This Baphomet is goat. This is Allah, the Yom Kippur. Allah again in Lupercalia, the day of wolf. The day of wolf. Especially this love symbol. This message is heavy, eh? When we come to that one, it's so heavy. No problem. I will do my part, my very best, saying that I'm working for Abiyahuah. Abiyahuah, who has employed me into this very ground. I'm working for him until eternity. So let's do now Zechariah chapter 5. I want to do something over here. Zechariah chapter 5. Should I be ready from what? Okay, not that it's really that long. It's up to 11. Let's just quickly run it through. Then I turned again, all right now. Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roe. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I saw a flying roe. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, this is the curse, a curse, that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Now it said it's a cause. There is a cause that runs through the entire world, the four corners of the earth. There is a causes. What brings about these causes? What generated these causes? What is the nature, or rather, what's trigger these very causes? Let's proceed. 4 now. Or rather, let me take 3 again. Then said he unto me, you see, this is what I wanted to see. This is what I wanted to see. This very present world we are not better option for anybody to be building mansions here, building your eternity here, setting your flesh on fire here, and killing your spirit. No, build it, channel that energy straight to heaven. That is building your eternal home in heaven. You can't quench your spirit and set up your flesh in fire. Rather, your spirit should be on fire. And when your spirit is on fire, let me tell you, this Lupercalia will be trash underfoot. Not just Lupercalia alone, a lot of this nonsense feast. You know, YAHUAH is using feast to minister unto us. In like manner, these folly deities is also using feast to minister unto the world. Go and read Leviticus chapter 30. You're going to see all seven feasts over there. It is a plan of salvation. It is YAHUAH's plan of salvation for you and me. Okay? For you and me to make us good. Like the feast of Passover, you used to remember Yahushua is the Lamb of Passover. So YAHUAH is using all his feasts to minister. In like manner, this demon is also using feasts to minister. Because this very Lupercalia, Lover's Day or Valentine's Day, is a major feast. We got 9 altogether. And this 9 feast, 2 is for judgment. Genocide of the entire world, destruction of the entire world, elimination of the entire world, get rid of the entire world. The feast of Purim and the feast of dedication, because the entire world and everyone that make it back to YAHUAH will be dedicated unto YAHUAH by the King himself. That is going to be our further baptism of the Holy Spirit. We'll be baptized. That is how we're going to be baptized by the Holy Spirit. Dedication. Okay, so now we got 9 altogether. 7 are plans of salvation, and Y2 is for battle. Okay, again, the devil said, I'm going to make myself like the Most High. So they are also using feast to minister, like the Ramadan. Allah is ministry, isn't it? Like the Salah, Allah is ministry. Like the Hajjab, Allah is also ministry. Like Christmas, Jesus Christ is also ministry. So feast, there is a spirit behind it. Don't just take it for granted and don't take it literally. Look into the spirit. Like I said in part 1, I don't really have time to go into, because I've been doing that 6 years ago. I really, dig into histories, physical. And 2 years, I also did touch on history and also the spirit. But this one, I focus more on the spirit. So all feast you are seeing, there is a spirit attached to. There is a spirit that governs it. A spirit attached to it. The spirit of Passover, you know that already. So the spirit of Lupercarius, or Luperca, it is also wolf. And which is Allah himself. All right, so I stop at 3 or 4. Let's take that 3 again. Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth, who is the thief? John 10:10, the devil cometh not, but to do what? But to steal, to kill, and to destroy. Where is it stealing from you? Knowledge, ability, understanding for you to know who you are. Crisis in identity. He removed that ability from you. That is why, in order for you to be celebrating him, because For Yehovah so loved the world that he gave. That is should have been the love you should have been celebrating every now and then. This is the love that desire, to throw party for. This is the very love that I'm going to be doing that every year. Every year, the day I got born again, and the day I start this journey, I won't be doing February 13th because that was the day of Father walking in agreement with Abba Yahuwah, no more sexual immorality. Because since that very time, which is 2002, February 13th, that was my last sexual intercourse with an elder of Jesus Christ. Elder is also equals to pastor. Okay, a married man, to be precise, a married man as of that matter. He was fornicating with me for a whole 3 months, keeping turning scriptures upside down and deceiving me. Okay, then I fell. All right, because I stayed almost a year already. He was the one who came to form me the third time. I got born again April 2000, Passover period. They will call it Easter. So I was still fornicating 4 months. I go back, 4 months, I go back. After that second one, I said, no, I need to stand. It's like a joke. This is a serious matter. It's about my life, my eternity. So Abba Yehovah really helped me to stand almost a year. And before I took that journey, this JJ, okay, Jesus Christ pastor and elder, was already all over me. Okay, trying to seduce me, trying to buy my heart, doing this and doing that. It was so nice. It was doing all things to capture my attention. It was all over me every day. So I keep resisting. Till I think almost 11 months, I fell again. It was December period. I fell. I gave in to fornication again. After that, I was crazy. No, that shouldn't bother. I'm going to marry you. He gave me some quotation. I'm going to marry you. Okay. The only way it will be sin, or it will become sin, if he did not marry me. He said, but we are not here for boyfriend or girlfriend stuff. Our race is for husband and wife. Is the core. I said, okay. But on February 13th, he also came to knock. Okay. He also came to do he came to do fornication. And afterwards, he now traveled to Nigeria. Okay. Afterwards, he now traveled. He said he want to go and see my family. Introduction. I told you guys already in my, brief biography. Okay, my brief history, experience in life, what I see in life. So I briefed it already. I briefed that one already. It wasn't serious. It was a thief. Okay. Now, what happened? Before he came from his madness, my legs stand already. So the last Naki, Abba Yehovah took me right on this feast of Lupercalia. The very one Christian rebrand as Loversday. Valentine's Day. So, okay, no problem. We'll come into that. So that was the last sexual intercourse, sexual immorality, okay, I did. So on the 13th of this very February, I am 24 years. So now I'm counting 25 years, right? So it's a curse. He said this very art is a curse in all over the world. He that stealeth. So he will steal that away knowledge for you to dig it out. It will steal away understanding for you to not to dig it out. At the end, it is to kill you. So let's go back to Zechariah 5:3. There said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole world, of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Now, what is the meaning of swearing? You are swearing religion. You see, all these feasts is what it is. What is the point to? The oblations. Oblations simply mean again, to be loyal. No, excuse me. A swearing again is simply me oath to be loyal, to be faithful, to remain a servant unto this very deity. And when you are doing it falsely, it is good to enter oath, to swear. It is good. Okay? But do it to the rightful person. Let's see. Let's finish 4. 4 will say it. It will say it all here. I will bring it forth, saith Yahuwah of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. When it enter into the house of Allah, you that also be a part, you that is also a participant, it will enter your house also his judgment, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Okay, so we have done this part. Now we see already how are they swearing falsely in the name of Yahuwah. They will not take the love of, like the video I played. I don't want to do that again. Jesus Christ Pastor is celebrating Valentine, and they will not be preaching, teaching on the love of Abba Yahuwah. You are swearing falsely. Because that is not the day to do that nonsense. Rather, teach against and expose the carnality and demonic activities in it. You don't tie it with the love of Abba Yahuwah. No way. Don't say it is the love of Abba Yahuwah. You use the Lupercalia to teach Abba Yahuwah's kind of love. That is insult. That is blasphemy. That is how you swore falsely. And you're going to be saying, why you say we shouldn't celebrate Lovers's Day? Is it wrong to love, to appreciate love? Yes. Depends on the love you are appreciating. Depends on the love you are celebrating. You see it so harmless, but it's wolf. You see it so harmless, but it's serpent. You see it so harmless, but it is dragonic. You see it so harmless, but it is the red beast. And you see it so harmless, but it is the link of fire. You are not seeing it. You are not seeing this destruction that is chasing after you through what you also chase after. What are you chasing after on your Lover's Day? That will determine what it is. You see it so harmless. This word love. Okay, let me break it down into dimension. What is L? L simply means leg. Both men and women. What is O? Open. In the filthy way, okay, open. So what is V? Very. And what is E? Very easy. Leg open, very easy. That is the meaning of Lover's Day. Now, in the other side, what is L? Legions. Legions of demons. Operating very effortlessly. 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 They are operating before your two naked eyes, legions of demons. So this is what this love, this your love, worldly love, this is what it means. Legions of demons, which is the very first alphabet. The second one, operating, the operation, very effortlessly. Very, very effortlessly. It's like they are running to, they have no rest. Effortlessly until they caught you, until you be captured. Effortlessly. They are not stopping, They are not resting at all till they enter you. So that is what this word called love. That is what it means. Break it the alphabet by alphabet. Anyways, let's proceed now. I think I was to say something. Anyways, if it is important, I don't know what put me here. I connected from somewhere. Okay, let's change this paperwork. If I chipped in love. Anyways, no problem. You won't be taking what belongs to Abba Yahuwah and tied with devils. No. Now verses 5, rather. Yes, 5 now. Then, Zechariah chapter 5, verses 5 also. Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thy eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. What are you seeing? You're not seeing Lupercalia. You only see emotional love. You always see deep affection. You always see on this day, a very strong romance, a very strong narky sexual, a very strong soul tie feeling. A feeling you see that is going to last, carry you out to eternity. But when the man breaks your heart, what are you going to do? When your heart is being broken. You see all these people that is divorcing. The very first day they take themselves to the altar to celebrate their union, to celebrate their love, they invite hundreds of people and say, come and celebrate the love of our life with us. Were they not in love? Do they not love each other? So why did that love got expired if it were real? What took out that love now from them? Why both now turned their back on each other? Why they not cut off and put end and stop to that love confession that once prophesied to everybody in the front of hundreds of people they invited? Do you know how much they put in celebrating their love? What brings about this destruction of that love? So to say, that love wasn't love. It was just normal feeling, Lupercalia love. Because real love, you guys are blaspheming this word called love. Because this is Yahuwah himself. All YAHUAH'S shall be saved. For Yahuwah so loved the world. You see his hunger, destroy some part of it. His love is facing it back. He doesn't separate. Only the children of the devil he don't want. And that is not wickedness. He don't want. It's Abba Yahuwah. He can do whatever he feel like doing. If he said, I don't want you in my kingdom, I don't want you in my kingdom. If he said, I don't want the children of Semped in my kingdom, simply don't want them. You can't force them on him. So that one is not wicked. It is almighty. He has the power to do whatever he feel like doing. But that is his own. You're going to see the love is so strong. That is what is called love. You see everything he gave. I don't want to dwell too much on this. Okay. So let's read the same. Zechariah chapter 5 verse 6 now. I've read 5 already, 6 now. And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephod that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all of the earth. Ephraim. So what was in the Ephraim? Okay, let's first of all finish reading. Ephraim. The E can also go for Ephraim. Ephraim. Ephraim is a throne of a deity. How many are they that sat on this throne? And I take it again. And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephod that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. 7. And I behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the ephod. Now, woman, celebrated, Februara. Hey, who ordained this celebration? It says the furnace, the God that co-pilot this very February. It is a month of a woman. The month is named after goddess. The month is dedicated unto woman. And this very feast is all about woman fertility. All about woman to be fertile, fertilization. Both the blood that poured on her, both the ritual, it's all about woman fertilization. And it was also a day of virginity is being messed up. We are going long way, long journey. A woman? Okay, now, let's keep reading. Remember, Allah promised the woman in Genesis 3 the Godhead. And here is their throne. All right. Now let's read it. And he said, this is wickedness. Because a woman is sitting on her throne and people circle around her, celebrating her. He said this is wickedness. And this is also Easter, okay? Ishtar, goddess of fertility. Hey, oh my Abba, another one. Another deep cut. Goddess of Ishtar. Easter is in the English word. Easter, you know, in 2 months now they will be celebrating Easter. Hey, now listen. Ishtar is the English word. In Babylonian word is Ishtar. And what is the meaning of Ishtar? Goddess of fertility. And that is why in Easter, Catholicism, they don't eat anything that has to do with blood. I once did it. On their Good Friday, I ate egg. Because they said it's a symbol of fertilization, to be fertile. In like one of these February, Lover's Day, Valentine's Day, flash Valentine's Day now, it is a feast of fertilization, to be fertile. Okay? They work on the reproductive organ. This very feast deal with reproductive organ, both men and women, the male and the female. The sacrifice they offer, it is to work. It is offered to a god for both men and women reproductive organ. The semen, which is the sperm, and the woman's womb. Remember, Allah said the womb of a woman is his garment. This message is heavy, because you see, as I'm just driving left and right. Ishtar, in 2 months' time, they will be rushing into that. I read verses 8 again, and he said, this is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the ephod, and he cast the weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. Then lifted up my eyes, and looked, and behold, there came out 2 women, and the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork. And they lifted up the ephod between the earth and the heaven. And he said it's wickedness. Now, February, Lover's Day flash, Valentine's Day, it is a major feast of the entire world, like Easter. It is the feast of women. And they now raise it above heaven. That is to say, they lift up Lupercalia. The lust they call love. They lift it above that of Abba Yahuwah. For Yahuwah so loved the world. He gave. Nobody celebrated that one. The world don't even know that one. But for Jesus and Allah lost hearts, so loved the world, they now gave you Lupercalia, the day of the wolf. Is a lust, it's not love. They now raise this filthiness above that of Abba Yahuwah. 10. Then said I to the angel that talked with me, where do this bear the ephod? Where is their throne? 11. And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of China, and it shall be established and set there upon our own base. You see, he said this Lupercalian have a base, have an origin. It came from somewhere. A house is going to build this a house. When you celebrate it, you will become the house of Lupercalia. It's going to endure you. Where did this start from? Genesis 3. Where is Shinar? Babylon. Shinar simply means Babylon. Read Genesis 11. You will see Shinar there. It's the headquarters of Nimrod, from where this Lupercalia came from. The Phoenicians called this feast Baal. Lupercalia. The Phoenicians call it Baal, the sun god. Catholics call it Mass Candle, and the Feast of Mass Candle and angels in the natural chambers. And they said they are cleansing Mary. What are they cleansing Mary for? For copulation, for childbirth. Which Mary are they, cleansing? You, the woman that celebrates, you are the Mary, and your womb is not garment of Allah. Now let's return back to a place which is the verses 6. Zechariah chapter 5 verses 6. And I said, what is it? And he said, this is an ephod that goeth forth. He said, moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. Family, what did you understand by resemblance? For something to look alike? Is it what it is? Resemblance. Said this is their resemblance in all over the world. To look alike? When you say something resemblance, that is to say, to look alike, they have the same character, they have the same quality, they are striking in resemblance, they are very, very much, one in the sense, okay? That is what is said to be a resemblance, similitude. Oh, let me not cut my mouth. Oh, similitude. Similarity, let me use that one. But similitude is also working. Similarity, just like the same. Connection, okay? Similitude, they're just one. Like the same, okay? That's what it means to say when you say resemblance. They possess the same quality, they sound the same, they walk the same, they talk the same, look like. Carbon copy, duplicate. I think we'll stick with this. Duplicate. It came from somewhere. From Allah's paradise, it came from there. And Genesis manifested, Genesis 3. Nimrod duplicated. And Egyptian duplicated, Grecians duplicated, Latin duplicated, Romans duplicated. Today, it is the entire world feast. They celebrated the entire world. The entire world. All right, so say resemblance, okay? So this Lupercalia came from somewhere. So I read that already. That is one of the foundational scriptures. I read that already. Okay, so let's present that to Matthew. I want to give you the clarity and the picture of a wolf. You get to know that. And see if it is something you're going to be tolerating henceforth. If you will see adorned, cherished, this very wicked feast. Matthew 7, verses 15 and 16. Beware of false prophets. Beware of men and women that is prophesying worldly love unto you. Be very much careful about them because they're going to be piercing you, hurting you at the end of it all. That is why divorce is so rampant. Christian pastor are divorcing everywhere, divorcee. What happened to that once pure love they once prophesied? What happened to it? They are no more in love. That is the picture of Lupercalia, the Lovers's Day. Beware of the false prophet that's going to be prophesying wrong love unto you, which come to you in sheep clothing, but inwardly are ravening wolves. They're going to ravage. They're going to tore you. They're going to tear you they're going to leave you desolate. They're going to render you empty. If you build on this kind of love of wolf, the day of wolf, you build your love there. You celebrate it. You see something that is so vital important unto you. But he masked himself, that's what we are saying, as a sheep. Oh, it's going on here. Okay. As sheep. But inward is wolves in sheep clothing. So if wolf, or rather, if wolf was proud enough of his look, his character, who he is, if he were really proud enough about his personality, why did he just come out the way he is? Why all this masquerade stuff? Why he needs to hide under something people cherish so much? Love is a word. He hide in it. It's so important. Life without love, I can't even imagine it. So if Wolf was all good, lovely, in all his capacity, personality, why do he need to hide under something covering? Why? The day of the wolf, and this wolf is not coming to you as a wolf, and they not come to you in the name of love. Remember, YAHUAH is using fist to minister, and a fallen deity is also using fist to minister, and you grab it and you celebrate it, and you now make it a soul tie. You now make it, like I keep saying, what you celebrate are tied to you, to your personality, to your soul, spirit, and body. You are what you celebrate. Okay, they are tied onto your memories, onto your feelings, onto your passion and emotions, onto your devotion. Check it out. As Exodus chapter 12, YAHUAH said we should celebrate the feast of Passover as a memory. It's a memorial feast. People, do you have memory card on your phone? So what is your memory, storing up for you? It's storing something, vital informations in your whatever iCard or your phone. So that is what it is. By this time next year, you are celebrating it again. You see how you are so devoted unto it? You see how you are so connected unto it? You see how you are so tied to it? You see how you become one of what you celebrate? So take it the other way around. Now that it's a wolf, how are you going to be detaching yourself from it now? Are you waiting for the wolf to appear already before you can do that? So you should beware. Because if wolf was really that good, handsome, beautiful, lovely, you don't just come out the way you are. If you get 7 words, come out and let us see you. Don't mask it up. Don't just mask it up. That masking stuff needs to end. Now, Judges chapter 16. We are doing their oblations, which is the point 2. The oblations in it. Let's check it out. Judges chapter 16. You can read it all if you like. You can read it all. I said it. Our vet will rush in. So you can read it all. And see what it is. Judges chapter 16 is a lot. This message is a lot. Judges chapter 16. I will be taking from, I think, 18 or so. Or rather 15 to 25. I'm working these 3 times. Okay, no, I'm not going to be doing that. Okay, we'll be taking from 17. Okay, let's just do 18. You can read it all. Because, for a better understanding, you can do all. Do the reading. So for the sake of time, I'm taking from 18, excuse me. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart. Remember, when we come to the heart, is big one. My father, this message is huge. The symbol of the heart. Remember, this heart you are celebrating. the symbol, the logo everywhere. When they are bringing chocolate, like this JJ, when it's bringing, it's only one time, eh? So when they are bringing chocolate, they would, buy those chocolate that looks like heart. They build the mold formed like heart. Is your heart really like that? After he has revealed all his heart, she sent a cord for the lords of the Philistines, saying, "Come up this once, for he had assured me all his heart." Then the Lord, okay, no. I think I will be taking 17 because Loversday is also here. Okay, 17. Okay, I want to be sure. So that I won't be doing more. Or rather 15, you see, that's correct. Because they were talking about love, prophesying love. They were celebrating love. And Samson now, rush into the system of love. Okay, 14. And she fastened it with the pin and said unto him, "The Philistine be upon thee, Samson." And he awakened up out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the bram and with the whip. 15. And she said unto him, "How canst thou say, I love thee?" You know what you're prophesying, Lover's Day? I love thee. This is the day. You ought to prove this love for me. If you really love me, saith Delilah unto Samson, the mighty man of Yahuwah. I take 15 again. And she said unto him, "How canst thou say, I love thee, where thy heart is not with me?" Your heart, the symbol of Valentine, you are not giving it unto Delilah. "Thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lies." So he was looking for his salvation. She want to pervert it now. That is what Lupercalia actually means. You give your attention, your heart, your most precious organ, 4 chambers, walking up and down for you, taking away the carbon dioxide blood and bringing in the oxygen blood into you. They are doing much work for you. And so, do Abba Yahweh made it for you. And you will not carry that most powerful organ in you, the most expensive organ in you. You now begin to use to celebrate Lupercalia. You now give it to Lupercalia. So Lupercalia, you prove your love for Lupercalia. Now 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily with her words, and urged him so that his soul was vexed unto death. This is what the love of the word represents. Delilah displayed this word called love unto him. Legions of demons went into operation. Very, very easy. That he told her all his heart, Lupercalia, you gave your heart to Lupercalia, and said unto her, "There hath not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto Yahuwah." This is what set me apart for Yahuwah from my mother's womb. "If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me, and I shall become weak. I shall become weak and be like any other man." We're going to be celebrating Lupercalia. We are celebrating one deity now. Are we not celebrating love? So your body is now a letter for Lupercalia. Your mouth, your kiss, writing letter to Lupercalia. Your breast as a woman, writing letter to Lupercalia. Your most powerful organ, which is your cervix, vagina, writing letter of love to Lupercalia. You know the right letter, the card. If you are not putting pen down to write it or pen down to write it, but you are sending love message on your WhatsApp. You are testing people. Happy Lupercalia, happy Lover's Day. Nonsensical in the highest order. He revealed everything. gave the seat of Abiyawa unto Lupercalia. Now listen. 18. And when Delilah saw one time, Lupercalia, they don't waste time, that he had told her all his heart, the heart is giving, Lupercalia. She sent and called for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up. This one what he has already done that. Now he's become weak, like every other man. Now we can capture him. Okay. We can seriously, this is what Lupercalia does to anyone that celebrated that demon. He's no respecter of you, because he sees folly. Celebrated the folly of Lupercalia. And when Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent a cord for the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up this once, for he had assured of me all his heart. No more secret. There the lord of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money in their hand. 19. And she made him sleep like a baby. Now Lupercalia is in action. Drug him already. No. And she made him sleep upon her laps or her knees. Now she became automatically a mighty man of YAHUAH. She now became his mother. Come and rest your head on my feet. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head, and she began to afflict him. The oblations simply mean affliction on you, and his strength went from him. You can't find that, but you say, you want to be teaching this nonsense, Lupercalia. You can't see him there. No, he's not there. 20. And she said to the Philistines, be upon thee. And she said, the Philistines be upon thee, Samson. And he woke up out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other times before and shake myself. And he was not that YAHUAH was departed from him. You can't find YAHUAH there. Judgment day, I cast that devil. I do many wonders. No, YAHUAH wasn't there. It was Lupercalia. It was the lost heart of Jesus Christ and Allah that revealed in you, that make you to act thus, that make you to be acting all those magic stuff. YAHUAH is not there. You were displaying love. Oh, love your neighbor as you love yourself. I bet you was saying, it's none of my business this time, because it's Lupercalia. Showing love. I love you. I was doing this for you. I was doing that for you. We were casting out devil. We were serving so for you. Yahushua said, me, I never knew you. Professor, who gave you that prophecy? We were casting out devil. We were showing love to people. We were setting people free. You know, all the Lupercalians. The Yahushua said, where? Who told you that? I'm not the one. You cast out devil. That is in me. It's in my name. It is Lupercalia, okay? Showing love, displaying love. That is not my own. Because if you love me, you're going to be doing my will. Keep my commandment. Teach my own love to the entire world. Not on Valentine Day, YAHUAH. 21. But the Philistine took him and put out his eyes. Not because his eyes is evil now. And brought him down to Gaza. And bind him with fetters of bronze. And he did grind in the prison. Freedom is over. So this was the oblations. So what was the technique? What was the technique? What was the technique they used to brought down Samson to his knees? It took his eyes off. Sex. Woman's womb did wonder. Sex. This Lord of Philistine tried a lot of technical, or excuse me, a lot of technique. They were unable. So what was the whatever they use? Sexual intercourse. He used a lot of technique. It didn't work, but says and prophesying love, yes, works. Howbeit, yeah, 22, the hairs now begin to grow. See what they said, 23 now. There, the lords of the Philistines gathered themselves together for to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon. This is Lupercalia, because he's traveled every part of the place. Here is Babylon. Is it? Isn't it? No, excuse me. Here is not Babylon. To Dagon, their God, and to rejoice, for they said, our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hands. What was the weapon they used to deliver? What was the technical method they used to deliver Narcissus love? Lupercalia, 24. And when the people saw him, they praised their God, Dagon, for they said, our God has delivered unto our hands our enemy and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us. When you are in authority of YAHUAH, this is what you means to enemy. You are that is, you compromise nothing. You destroy them all. But when they capture you through this love, nonsense, love, Lupercalia, Loversday, you are gone. You give it to their wicked seducing spirit, you are gone. 25. And it came to pass when their hearts, you remember, the lost symbol hearts, were merry, that they said, call for Samson, that he may come and display, come and entertain us, come and motivate us. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he entertained. He said, then he entertained them. He now began to be, a motivational dancer unto them, and they set him between the pillars. So, but Samson did one thing and said, no, you all must die for making this big fool of me, for rendering my life useless in this manner, through the nonsense love. Through the nonsense love, I reveal my heart unto you. You now begin to celebrate unto your gods, they gone. All of you must to buy. You must to buy. All of us, he himself also died. So that is the attitude I want every one of you to put on as you listen to this very message. Put it on, put it on, put it on. Let your flesh die. Don't set your flesh on fire. And let your spirit live. Set your spirit on fire, not your flesh. Let your flesh die, perish with the things of the world. You don't need it. Now let's proceed. We want to go now to the temple. We are looking into the temple service, okay? The blood. In that feast, this is what they do. What is blood? Your red garment. Everything they do in this Lupercalia, the symbol is red. That, which is blood. But if you go to history, is actual blood. Everything they do is actual blood. That the prince, when he is doing his oblation in this Dagon temple, Luperca's temple, Lupercalia's temple. So what is he doing? He will kill the goats. He will kill the dogs. So they will sprinkle the blood upon the women. How are they doing that sprinkling of the blood upon women? So, after they kill the goat, they will skinned. They will put off the skin of the goat. They call it hind. Okay? So that hind, they will dip it in the blood, in the basin. They will dip it in the blood of the goat and the dog. They will use it to rub the women for fertilization, okay? For fertility, to be fertile, to get pregnant fast. Because this feast is all about making babies, okay? And this is another IVF, mass effort, okay? IVF, in vitro fertilization. So this is how they are doing it, okay? So they will sprinkle the blood and they will be whipping the women. They will be flogging them. They will be beating them. Oh, this is done on Lupercalian's day. They will be flogging the women. They will be whipping them. Why the men themselves? They will also strip them naked. There's homosexual is also part of it. Men will be knocking men. Men will be having sexual intercourse with men. And the men themselves will also naked, including the women. But they will cover their reproductive organ. I will come into that. They will cover their reproductive organ with the skin, the hind of the goat. They will use it to cover their vagina and their penis. But every other part of their anus is still naked, okay? And the men will be punching the men. This ritual is done, or this oblation is done in the name of getting pregnant, okay? This is how they are doing their in vitro fertilization, IVF. So it's through this very wicked sacrifice. So what is blood? So let's go now to, we are doing their oblations. We can also call it ritual. Anyone that suits you, just put it there. It's not really important anyways. Okay, now we are going long with these two. I don't want to do three. If not, I will just leave the other ones. I will just talk it like that and go my way. But these two is very important. Leviticus 11, 17. Rather, Leviticus chapter 17, verses 11. I read, "For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for their souls." So you see, these people, they are making atonement for fertilization. They will put blood on you because the blood, that is where the life lies. And life is going to be generated through that sexual intercourse as soon as you gave whatever you own unto the woman, and the woman also transmits to you sexual intercourse. Therefore, there will be planted seed. Now, Abiwa said, this blood that is being shared today on top of the altar, you know, we see the altar of the gun, and we are looking into the altar, the temple of Lupercalia or Lupercalius or Lupercalia, okay, but Lupercalia. What they also do there, it is to make atonement for the womb and for the penis, because it's all about reproductive organ to be fertile for children to be planted. Okay, now it said that's where life is. Indeed, as soon as they knock, life entered. So blood is life. Blood is life. Exodus chapter 12, you still remember? Read it. Where Abiwa was about to redeem his people, they kill goat and lamb, whatever, and they put the blood in the doorpost. It's a symbol. They put the blood in the doorpost up and to two sides, you know, because atonement simply means to atone for you. Like I said, it is to cover you from destruction, cover you from shame and disgrace, cover you now. Prior to their owner is to cover you from infertility. It is to cover you from barrenness, okay? So that is what they are on, the nature of their own, okay? Now, that of Abiyawa, it is to cover you from destruction, give you life, okay? Exodus chapter 2, you see the blood applied there. When death indeed came, it passed over them. So that is what ours mean, which is life that passed over. But this sort of Lupercalia, it is all about childbirth, okay? They call it purification for women, you know, in order for them to conceive, okay, and bring forth children. So Exodus 12, we read that already. So let's see. I'll be reading that. I quote that already. I'm not reading. Oh my Abba. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. Abba Yahuwah, please come and authenticate my platform so that I will be reading normal Bible. That is the only way I will be escaping this, their madness. Because when I'm doing live video, I will not be using phone to read any longer. I'll be carrying my Bible. I have nice Bible. Because with this phone, with this, my hand, one hand is recording, use only the other hand. I can't use it to carry the big Bible. So that's why I'm using phone. Because this, their nonsense effort is so irritating. It's disgusting, honestly. It's provoking my spirit. Now listen, I want to show you blood, what blood actually makes, okay? That is life. A life of a deity is going to enter people. Exodus chapter 19, verses 5 through 9. Now therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, when ye shall be a peculiar, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is my seat. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Okay, Moses, okay, brought the people the good news. Okay, 7. And Moshe came and called for the elders of the people and led before their faces all these words which Yahuwah commanded him. 8. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yahuwah hath spoken, we will do, And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahuwah. 9. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with thee, and believe thee forever. And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahuwah. So now let us go to 24. You see, covenant is about to be made, and agreement is needed, okay? To be one is needed. Okay, a deity is communicating with people, and the agreement needs to be consummated. He did not just capture them by force. No, he needs your consent. If Lupercalia capture you by force, he needs your consent. And assuming we're wiser than they, so you should have been digging into what is the meaning of this. What is the nature of this? I have to write letter from your Valentine. What is the meaning of that? Lover's Day. So is this only day I ought to show love? Why is the world coming together and celebrating this word called love? Why should everybody be celebrating it together? What is going on? This should be the question. This should have been the question. Your heart should have been raising. Your antenna should have been raised high, and your heart should have been pumping this very question on your brain 247. And by so doing, the truth will step in. Now, Exodus 24 verses 1. Should that be ready 1? I don't think so. 3 now. You can take it from verses 1 to 10. Now, listen, 3. And Moses came down, and Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahuwah. Exodus chapter 24, verses 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of Yahuwah and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which Yahuwah had said, we will do. That is the second agreement. 4. And Moses wrote all the words of Yahuwah and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. I'm doing this message Tuesday in the evening. But it will be uploaded tomorrow, midst of the week. 5 now. And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offered burnt offerings and sacrificed peace offerings of oxen unto Yahuwah. 6. And Moses took the half of the blood and put it in the basin, exactly what they are doing in Lupercalia, and half of the blood he sprinkled on the altar, exactly what the Lupercalia is also doing. And he took the book of the covenant and read it and read in the audience of the people, and they said, all that Yahuwah had said, we would do and be obedient. The third time, 8 now. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold the blood of the covenant. What are you covenanting with? Who are you covenanting with? Whose blood are you under? Who is taking you through this eternal covenant of love? You can say, or you may say, well, I don't shed blood. I don't kill any animals. I don't go to no temple to celebrate. I'm just celebrating with my husband, my boyfriend, my families, my friends, and that's it. Let me tell you, what are we doing in this very part? We are digging out the spirit. Just like Christmas, you're not bringing the Christmas tree, but you celebrate Christmas. But the tree is right there, spiritual. It's a deity. Okay, you are not doing any of this, fine. But spiritual, what about the spiritual part? The reason why the spiritual part, the reason why you're not seeing the spiritual part, because your eyes is in darkness. Like what they did to Samson through this prophesying word they call love. Legions of demons operation very easy. Very, very easy. So easy, very easy, effortlessly. Very easy, effortlessly. Legions march in So that spirit is right there. It's right there. Samson, after he prophesied, displayed and confirmed and displayed, for Samson so loved Delilah that he gave his 2 eyes. For Samson so soared in love with Delilah that he gave away his relationship with his God and now gave his whole heart unto a Delilah. To their God, they God. And they now sacrifice and celebrate the God that their enemy is being captured. Exactly what they are doing spiritually about you. Especially the people of the world, and they thought that they were wise. I told them I'm gonna distract them. I'm gonna deviate them from the love of Yahuwah. They're gonna be celebrating my own love. This is what he's doing. Because if you don't plant his own love, if you don't have anything like this, therefore it will be very easy for you to turn to the love of Abba Yahuwah. Oh, for Yahuwah so loved the world that this gave. Okay, I'm gonna be celebrating that one. But he don't want you to. That is why you also, carved his own day of love and give it to the entire world. Lupercalia so love the world. They are celebrating it. It's the day to share love. So innocent at this word called love. But you see what is inside. So innocent as it is. So harmless as it is. Full of passion. So beautiful. So perfect as it is. Physically. In wells. But what about the actions? What about the work, the effort a deity put in it? You think you're gonna jump and pass that one? You are a joker. You won't jump and pass. Your 2 eyes will be blind, like what they did to Samson. If you ever prophesy and also display this love, sorry, you must give something. Yeah? For you so love Lupercalia or Loversday Day or Valentine's Day, you are giving something unto this devil, unto these devils. Now, it's everything about you say we will do and be obedient. 9, 8. Now, he now took the blood of the covenant. Let me take it again. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant. Are you beholding the blood of the covenant of Lupercalia? Which Yahuwah had made with you concerning all his ways. Lupercalia is also making a covenant concerning everything. That all the symbols, okay, through the arrows, the heart love, the one you call love, the heart, okay, and the red dress you are putting on, and the red flower you have given, and the chocolate as well. All these symbols is a teachings of a deity from a deity unto the world. And verses 10, it said, Abewa, we reviewed that saw him in his cleanliness as the body of heaven. You can take it to 10. Me, I'm done. So I'm gone already. So what part am I still working with now? Lupercalia. Okay, I read this already. Exodus, I'm done with that. Now Matthew 27. Yeah, it's the last part from the Holy One. Matthew 27. Verses 25. 25. I read. Then answered all the people and said, his blood be on us and our children. Because it has to do with about Yahushua HaMashiach or Pilate, also Pilate. Okay, 23. I want to stop. I don't want to do too much. These are Roman Empire. When they want to crucify Yahushua, there was no error found in him. Pilate, examined him. Nothing absolutely worth death penalty. He don't wash his hand and said, this man's blood can never be on me. And the people of the book now said, let his blood be upon me and my children. That is not bad. Of course, we apply the blood of Yahushua always upon us and our children, okay? So the blood, this is how the blood of Yahushua is made upon us. But which blood are you under? Depends on the love you celebrate. These two great love. One is love and the other one is lust. Depends on the blood you are under, the blood covenant you are under. It's a very powerful one, okay? That will determine, that will definitely determine, okay, the blood that resident in you, the blood of goat. So we are done with the holy part. Let's go now to the unholy part. Revelation 12:3. Let me just, I'm tired already, but this is so annoying. Honestly, it's really pissing me off. Some days, the way they are doing it, they will just overdo it as if they are the owner of my phone. They will just be grabbing my phone anyhow. I won't be able, until they finish displaying their madness, I won't be able to open to my phone, to Bible. Anyway, I don't care. It's their problem. Revelation 12, verses 3. You want to do the unholy blood. I said the question already. I said it out for you already as a question for you. Which blood are you under? Which blood covenant are you under? Now, Revelation 12. I want to answer the other part. Verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, and behold, a red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his and 7 crowns upon his head. Get out. Their sins is their crown. Their blood is upon their head. Their sins is the crown on their head. Now listen. Red, do you know what that is? This is Lupercalia. Let me go to another one. This is the red dragon, which is Allah, the red beast. Now we are going to the red beast. Revelation 17. You can take it from verses 1 about fornication, sexual immorality. Okay, I will be reading just 3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman again, okay, sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Now listen, what is scarlet? Red again. So this is the red beast, okay? We see the red dragon, which is Allah, and we see the red beast, which is Jesus Christ. So this is Lupercalia, and this is blood. What is red? Red simply means blood, okay? Blood. Let me see if there's still another one before we dig deeper on the holy blood. I read that already. Okay, as I want to see what is blood now. What is blood or red? Blood is red. That's clear. That is just clear. That is simple. Oh, Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah ne baba. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah ne baba. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah menirame itebite. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah mene baba tebite. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah menirame. Yahuwah menirame. I'm under his blood. I'm not under the blood of goats. Isaiah chapter 1. Okay, we are not going to be 11. To what purpose? Okay, I'm not going to be ready. The lighting, I'm going to be ready there. 15. And when you spread your, okay, your hand is stained with blood. Okay, right now, let's just go to 18. Come now, and let us reason together, saith Yahuwah. Though your sins be as scarlet, they will be white as snow. So what is sin? Red, blood. Though they be red like ransom, they will be as wool. Wool. Okay, now, listen. So what is blood? What is red? Sin. What is sin? 1 John chapter 3 verses 4 said, sin is the transgression of the royal law. That is the only definition. You breaking the instruction of Abba Yahweh. So this deity, their garment, Valentine's garment in them is red all through. Their cap, their shoes, everything that has to do with them is red. Red all through is their garment. So they put rebelliousness, they put it on as a garment. And Allah said the womb of a woman is a garment for him. They put rebelliousness as their garment. Both the red beast and the red dragon. And that is the logo. That is the red dress you are wearing. The red earth plant you are using, flowers. Who give you that red plant? Who planted it? You are using So this is the blood of the covenant. Whenever you become a participant of that demonic feast, we are looking into the oblation. This is how you offer oblations unto them. This is what you are under. Simply means sin. It simply means sin, breaking the royal law. Breaking the royal law. Now let's go. Isaiah 14, verses 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? The nations is weakening them. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Jehovah. I will also sit upon the mount. Mount here is a mount of the congregation in the side of the north. Now, mount here simply means Mount Sinai, where we just came from. Exodus chapter 15, Mount Sinai. Okay, it is a feast day. It is a day whereby Yahweh descended. That is the Mount Sinai. The congregation gathered together around him. He said this is how he's also going to be making his own. Yahweh went through the side of the east. He said, I'm going to be doing mine in the side of the north. Okay, so it's a feast. When he said, let me take that again. For thou hast said in thy heart, the heart is the problem. The heart is revealed. I will ascend into heaven. You remember the symbol of the heart. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahuwah. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation. He said, I'm going to be not just doing it in the spirit world, physically also, I'm also going to be doing it. Just as Yahweh did this over where we just came from. He came, Exodus 24, verses 10 said, he ate with them, from verses 1 to 10, he ate with them. They saw Yahuwah, okay. In this cleanliness, oh, my father said it was just heavy. So you will see that the throne of Abba Yahweh was Sapphira. They see everything. And he said, this bastard, Jesus and Allah also said they're going to be doing theirs in that manner. You see, the day, you celebrate Valentine's, a few days ago, he entered you. He sat in your circle. And you are paying homage, oblation unto him. Sacrifices of oneness, of sota. And say we will be one unto eternity. I think I'm done. I will ascend, 14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yahweh descend in Masana through the pillar of cloud. That was why he also stated his own over here in the cloud. What you don't know is forever bigger than you. So we are doing the unholy covenant in the temple because it's temple ritual, it's temple service. Get out. It's temple service, it's temple ritual, okay? So this feast is done in the temple, in the Dagon temple, and also Lupercalia temple. And they are still doing it, IVF, in vitro fertilization. The lab is also against their temple because this feast has to do with childbearing, bringing forth children anyhow. Is it not what they are doing in the lab? Science is doing over there through many drugs and all that. Fertilization. One woman will give birth to 10 children, 8 children, 6 children, 4, 3, 2, and all that. So that is Lupercalia. IVF is another Lupercalia, okay? Now we are going, because it's about childbirth, okay? You can't tell me otherwise. You can't just dispute this with me. It's deep. IVF is Lupercalia. It's the day of the wolf. Wolf is nursing children. I will display their picture now. In the lab. It's a commandment of a deity. Galatians, this is the blood people is under, okay? And it's a curse. Remember what we just read, Zechariah chapter 5. Says a curse, verses 3. It's a curse that went throughout the whole earth. He said this very feast, verses 5 now. Zechariah 5:5. He said this very feast we are celebrating that went throughout the whole earth. He said it's everywhere. It's their resemblance. Is their resemblance. Loversday Day is Lupercalia resemblance. Look alike, twin sister or twin brother. Anyone, whatever. So it's the feast of the woman, twin sister. Identical twins, fraternal twins. Now listen, Galatians 3 verses 13. Messiah hath redeemed us from the curse of the law. The law have a curse, being made a curse for us. For it is written, cursed is everyone that hanged on the tree. What tree? The tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Everyone hanged there. And it's the covenant people is under. This is how you hanged on that wicked tree. That means curse. Is a curse. Is a curse. If you don't know, no. It's a curse, eh? Because they are stealing your knowledge, your idea, your understanding. They said, but this is going to be a curse that went throughout the entire world. Now, curse, what is, let's do Romans 6 now, 23. For the wages of sin is death. You see now, wages of sin, you breaking the royal law simply means death. This folly deity that put on rebelliousness as a garment in them, that put on bloodstainer as a garment in them, that put on carnality as a garment on them, it's eternal separation, which is their Venus, the fiery planet. The wages of sin is, sin demand, the royal law, sin, okay, it said the wages of sin is death. Okay, now, the law demands justice. So whenever you break the law, the penalty is death. It demands justice. So let's go and see the justice the Lord demanded. The very one many of you is under has just celebrated that garbage. You guys don't see something to celebrate anymore. And I said, this wicked feast. Why can't you be celebrating yourself? Just celebrate yourself, people. This arrow will be looking into it briefly. We'll be looking into it briefly. Because these are all the tools they are using. Symbols. In this very wicked feast. The PSU, they use their lot of PSU. Arrow, they said their love is arrow. That's PSC your heart. I also see that nonsense symbol. Now, Leviticus chapter 16, verses 15. Then shall he kill the goats of the sin offering. Remember their sacrifice goat. This is the oblations of the sin offering is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. And he shall make atonement for the holy place because of the uncleanness of the children of Israel, and because of their transgressions in all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the congregation that remaineth among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the temple. Okay, I don't need that one. 18. And he shall go out into the altar that is before Yahuwah, and make atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about, and he shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his finger 7 times. This is their 7,000 years reign. Okay, this is also the 7 crowns on their head. Their blood, their wickedness is given as a crown on their head. And cleanse it and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Israel. And when he had made an atonement, when he has made an end of reconciling the holy place and the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, he shall bring the live goat, which is the Azazel, and which is Allah. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the people of Israel, and all their transgression in all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And I'm going to be displaying it unto you now. According to the custom of a Lupercalia celebration, this is the wolf. Is raising these 2 wolves again in the wilderness. Not in the house, in the cave, wilderness. Okay. So this wolf live in the wilderness. And this is Romulus and Ramius. Ramius, okay. Romulus and Ramius. They said they, oh my father, they are identical twins. So this is the feast, ancient feast. You see all of them naked. They don't cover. Their reproductive organ, they will use the skin of the goat to cover only their penis and their vagina. Every other part, you see, everywhere will be naked. Why the blood, they will be soaked with the blood of those animals. Why the arrow will be sent like a symbol, like, of love. And they will be using the hind of the goat, that is the skin of the goat dipped in the blood. They will be using it to whip the women for fertilization, while the men will be punching each other, fully soaked with the blood. Okay, I don't want to dwell too much on this. So this is the wolf in the wilderness. So this is Allah raising Jesus and Mahadina, the two messiahs in Revelation 30, for the final one, the seven heads to go. There are seven crowns, and there are seven heads. So he's raising them. They are in the wilderness. Revelation 17 also says, so in the wilderness, he took me to the wilderness. There and I saw the woman that sat upon the scarlet-colored beast full of names of blasphemy. Yes, that is Jesus. The beast. Revelation 30 have two beasts. The first one is Jesus, while the second one is Mahadin. These are they. Let me tell you, everything Abiyawan needs to be done has already been done. In like manner, these folly deities, they are making themselves like the monster. They don't have new thing at all. They are not inventing absolutely anything new. The only thing they are inventing is just name and a little rebranding. For you, when they are rebranding it, they are hiding it away from you, for you not to easily cut them. So that's why they keep rebranding. They keep rebranding. They keep rebranding, renaming. Okay? So that's what it is. So Jesus, Ramonius, and Ramos, this is Jesus and Mahadin. And the second Quran is a woman, is a mother. And it's nothing now. Both of them, how they're going to be changing the whole world to Allah. It's nothing that this message is used because a lot of similitude in it is just so unbearable, so huge. It's a class of witness that if I don't even, control myself, I will be spreading into pathway, but I won't be doing that. I won't at all, because I want to talk about another thing on the Shabbat, another message. Where is it now? Where do I stop? Yes, look, Galatians, I read this already. Out of Apostle chapter 18, verses 4, it said, your blood be upon your own head. So the folly day is this, blood is sprinkled upon the altar, because, in this day of atonement, and the word also have similar, the day of the wolf, the day of atonement, the day of wolf. In the day of wolf, they will kill a lot of animals, goats and dogs to be precise, okay? In like manner, Yom Kippur the same. But this service here in Yom Kippur, it is simply me judgment, it is a cause. Because there's no way the blood of goat can redeem us. And throughout the scripture never said our Messiah is a goat. No, it's a lamb, it's not a goat. So there is no lamb there, it's always goat. So one goat will die, and the blood will be on you, and the other goat will be sent into exile to carry your sin. Okay, that is ours. But they are on the, see the goat that died, his blood is on you. You are under the blood of goat. We see goat people also. We have goat believer, we have dogs believer, we have a dragon believer, we have all of them here. I'm not going to be ready for the sake of time. Genesis chapter 4. It said, let Act of Apostle chapter 18. Okay, I think I will be doing that. This is just one chapter. Act of Apostle chapter 18, verses 4. Oh, it's rather I come here. You see, it's verses 6. Okay, no, 4. It's 4. No, rather it's 6. You see, and I jotted just 4. It's good I come here. So it's not verses 4, it's verses 6. Act of Apostle chapter 18, verses 6. When they opposed themselves and blasphemed, he took his garment and said unto them, your blood be upon your heads. I am clean. From henceforth, I will go unto the Gentiles. So it is Apostle Shehu, the apostle to the Gentiles. So what happens? Look at what it is. Oh, my Abba. He was ministering the word of Abiwa. They refused to accept and order. Okay, let's just say in the plain language, they rejected it. So in Acts 3, say your blood be upon your own head. So that is the crown of 7 crowns in the head of these holy deities, Allah and Jesus. Okay, it is the crown of sin of the blood be upon their heads. Now, Genesis chapter 5, I don't know if I'm also going to be reading it. We see what Cain did. Okay, killed Abel. When Abba Yahweh rejected the rotten nonsense sacrifice oblations he made unto him, Abba Yahweh rejected it, and he accepted the holy oblations of his brother Abel, and he murdered him for that. Abba Yahweh put a curse. And as Abba Yahweh put a curse, a lot of curses on his head, he now said his punishment is just too much. He cannot endure. If anybody see me now, they're going to be killing me. Abba Yahweh said, no, I'm going to also do that. I want to mark you. So that is how Abba Yahweh put his own blood upon his own head. Whosoever that killeth Cain, 7-fold judgment will be rather. So that when we see Cain, we run from Cain. We don't go close to Cain because he's marked for eternal destruction. Let me tell you, that is the sins of abandonment. Your own sin be upon your own head. Exactly what Abba Yahweh did with Cain. Abba Yahweh left Cain to live in the eternal sin. He left Cain to live. He left Cain to live in his eternal sin, eternal damnation. That Cain, you are on earth, you're gonna be vagabond. That is, you are on it. It's like you are not on it. For the sake that is due to the suffering you're gonna be going through all eternity. Cain, you're gonna be doing plantation, but harvest, I forbid you from that. You see all this nonsense you guys is laboring for, no harvest. It's empty. Harvest, it can't be found. It is just labor, no harvest. So that is the situation Abba Yahweh put Cain. And he also marked Cain so that he put the blood, the sin of Cain upon Cain's head, live in the eternal damnation, live in the eternal sin, so that we don't have anything to do with Cain. That is Lupercalians. We know already. We see the blood, their blood is on their head. We don't have anything to do with this very wicked feast. We are not part of this wicked one. It's very, very strong one. We are still in point 2. You see how heavy it is. Advert is also taking much time from me anyways. But it worth it. We are still in point 2. All right, Matthew 7, the God believer. They have been marked already. When you keep celebrating all this nonsense, we will just know right away one time. We will just know you are Cain. So you are living your eternal sin. So enjoy it. It's credit card. Purchase whatever you want to purchase with the money you borrowed. At the end of it all, you're going to pay dearly for it. If you say you will not let go iniquity, you won't let go all this wicked, demons use it to cash cruise. You happy demon to prosper in this wickedness. If you say you're not going to let go, sorry, we can't do nothing about it. We just, it's a mark. It's a mark. Devil don't repent. It's a mark. That is the crown on their head. Is a mark of you live in your eternal sin. Now I read Matthew 7 verses 6. Give not that which is holy unto the dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before pig, lest they trample them under their foot and turn again and rent you. Exactly. Salvation is so expensive. The love of Abba Yahweh is so expensive. The word of Abba Yahweh is so expensive. The spirit of Abba Yahweh is so expensive. The presence of Abba Yahweh is so expensive. We don't give it to dog and a pig. We don't. And these are believers. They are in our midst. How are we going to know that Abba Yahweh has already pulled their sin upon their own head? They are the red dragon. They wear the red garment. Okay. So when we see them, we know them already. Therefore, we will not waste our time preaching, try to talk you out of it, because you won't give us your attention. at all. Rather, you're going to be bashing on us. You're going to be judging us. You're going to be calling us names. You're going to be insulting us on our behalf. Because you are Cain. The mark is on your head. So we will not do nothing. Because our Messiah is so expensive. The love of Father YAHUAH is so expensive. We won't give it to pig and dog. They are believers, okay? Now, Matthew again, 15. Chapter 15, verses 21 through 28. Also, you're going to be seeing another dog believer. Remember, they are sacrificing goat and dog in this feast. Okay? I think I'll be reading some place in the chapter 15. You can read it off from 21 way to 28. Though this one repent. When you repent, fine. But Yahushua said, you are dog. The food belongs to the children of the house, not to their dogs. 21. Matthew 15, 21. Then Yahushua, I'm not going to be ready. Okay. Then Yahushua went thence and departed into the coast of Tyre and Sidon. Tyre and Sidon, 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Adonai, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. Okay. Now he said the woman of what? Canaan. Read Leviticus chapter 18. She's Canaanist, and go and see what Canaan was doing. They were under this perverse love, this perverseness, sexual immorality, these wicked oblations unto Satan. They were under it. They were under this blood stain. It is their lifestyle. It is their ritual. It is their oblations. It is their service. It is their agreement tied with a very wicked spirit. That is what it is. Lupercalia celebration. They were under it. They are dog. Matthew 25. Do you still remember the goat empire? The goat believer, he said they will be cast. Verses 41 said they will be thrown into the lake of fire. They are goats. So we have goat believer in our midst, okay? So they are Cain, and they are Cain. So we won't even bother ourselves trying to talk them out of. No, we won't do that. Our message is so holy, we won't give it to pigs and dogs. We won't. No. Now, Leviticus, Genesis 3:15. Read it. You're going to see the blood stain in the woman, in a reproductive organ. Because without the blood comes, without the Abby, one never needed menstrual cycle before woman can take in seed. No, he never needed it. Uncleanness enter her. She ate uncleanness from the devil, from the dragon, red dragon, which is Allah. The wolf. His day is the one that is left. The day of Jesus is over. Only the day of Allah. That is why it's singular. The day of the wolf. Allah is wolf. But it's going to be masquerading. Has already masqueraded. You know. He copied Bible. Everything that has to do with Bible is in Quran. He copied all. He copied all. This reminds me. I bet let's listen.
Do you know what Islam says about women? It doesn't call them the pillars of society. It calls them the foundation of paradise. When a man asks the...
Let me comment. So woman is the foundation of paradise. It's in their ways. Allah have a womb. Now Allah is wearing a womb in his upper loins. What is in the upper loins of a man? If not his genital. If not his genital. Look at the nonsense Allah is saying. Let me play it.
Do you know what Islam says about women? It doesn't call them the pillars of society. It calls them the foundation of paradise.
So Allah built his foundation through woman. So woman, Allah built on woman. Is she saying something? Is this ministry unto you? Allah built on a woman. So the theory of Allah, woman is the foundation of the theory of his paradise, of his reigns, rule and reigns of Allah. So woman is the foundation. Woman is the block. Really? Really? Woman is the foundation of Allah's paradise.
Man asked the Prophet, peace be upon him, who deserves my kindness the most? Do you know what he said? He didn't say your teacher. He didn't say your boss or even your father. He said your mother. Then he said it again and again, 3 times before he even mentioned the Father.
See how
once.
she's so
The prophet
passionate
also said, paradise
in
lies
telling
at her
nonsense.
feet, not under a man's throne, not
Paradise also lies in her feet. She used 3 languages here, 3 idioms. We mi ni me alami. We mi ni me alami o. Wa mi ni me alami na. Wa mi ni me alami o. Awe gbegbe. Awe gbegbe. We gbegbe. We gbegbe o ni me alami o. Awe gbegbe mi ni me alami o. Awe gbegbe o ni me alami o. Awe gbegbe iwe ni me alami e. Awe gbegbe o ni me alami o. Awe gbegbe ni me alami o. Awe gbegbe iwe ni me alami e. Awe gbegbe. Huh? Paradise, she is the foundation of paradise. Paradise lies in her feet. You want to go to paradise, you must pass through her.
not behind a scholar's mic.
I want to play it again.
Do you know what Islam says about women? It doesn't call them the pillars of society. It calls them the foundation of paradise.
You want to
When a
enter
man
paradise?
asked the Prophet, peace be upon him, who deserves my
Who
kindness
and
the
peace be
most?
upon him.
Do you know what he said? He didn't say your teacher. He didn't say your boss or even your father. He said your mother. Then he said it again and again, 3 times before he even mentioned the father once. The Prophet also said,
You are religion of Uber.
paradise lies at her feet, not under a man's throne, not behind a scholar's mic, at the feet of a mother. So don't ever say Islam doesn't honor women.
They
It
honor
made
women
her
because
womb
of what
the
they are
gateway to
getting
life,
from women.
and her presence the gateway to heaven.
Okay. She's the gate of life, and her presence,
And
the
again,
gateway to heaven.
3 times of
Hey!
a mother. So don't ever say Islam doesn't honor women. It made her womb the gateway to life, and
Her
her
womb.
presence the gateway to heaven.
Hey! Oh! Her presence is the gateway to heaven. Hell, this message is huge. I will return back. How am I going to be digesting all this? It's heavy, people. It's so heavy. Paradise, woman is the foundation of paradise. That is insult to Allah. It should have been insult. But it's not insult. They are saying the truth. They are just speaking the mind of Allah. And paradise lies in her feet. And her presence is the gate of paradise. Her womb is life. So Islam honor woman because of what they are getting. You know, people know how to use people. Allah is using women. You know, Allah get his kingdom through woman in Genesis 3. Woman gave birth, okay, to his seed. And that brings about double genealogies. When you read Genesis 4, you're going to see the genealogy of Allah over there, which is the book of death, the book of Lupercalia. All the instruction you are celebrating, it came from that book. Whatever you are celebrating today came from that book, okay? It's the book of death. Okay, you should have been warned. Why should the royal law have 2 genealogies? Why? You see the holy one in Genesis 5, but the unholy in Genesis 4, which is Quran, okay? Paradise lies in our feet. Yes. You know, when they want to use it, some people, you know, they are users. They know how to use people. When they want to use, not that they really need you, not that they have any good intention for you, but because they have something, you know, the need in you. For that, they will be playing some kind of gimmick in order for them to get what they want. Exactly what Allah is doing. Allah doesn't really respect women. Allah is here using women to cover up, to gain whatever he want to acquire, or whatever he want to benefit in this present earth rulings. Okay. Yes, in the paradise of Allah, woman vagina is whatever the reward of Islam. We did that already. That is their ritual, okay, which was the point 3. That is why you need to listen to point 2. To part 1 is over there. It is woman vagina. Allah said the womb of a woman is his garment. A lot of nonsense idiom here. But I just quickly want to chip this in that the reason why they honor woman, they don't, their words is different from their actions. Muslim men, disrespect woman. They don't honor woman. It is what they are getting from women. Okay, if they ever say they ever honor woman, exactly that is the only reason. Allah is saying that His own paradise foundation is built on woman. What they crumble. So that is why you see everything. He said to go to paradise now. It is woman's presence. To go to paradise, it lies in the feet of woman. And the foundation of paradise, what stand paradise? It is just a woman. People, is this not heavy? It's heavy for me. And I'm going very far. I have so much. The one that is still left is still huge. I will redo this message again. Or maybe I will just be doing this paradise lies in her feet. Her presence is the gate of paradise. And paradise of Allah is the woman is the foundation of that paradise. What a paradise. Anyway, we are doing the oblations, okay? There's still a lot of scriptures. Leviticus 15, go and read it. It's about uncleanness. Leviticus chapter 16 deal with women's genital and men's reproductive organ. It deal with both man and woman's genitals. Okay, Leviticus, when you see blood, you become unclean. Uncleanness entered the woman, first woman in Genesis 3 verses 15. Okay, Abewa don't need menstrual cycle to bring about conception. Like I said, the reason that blood flew, it is because uncleanness entered our womb. So that uncleanness for Abewa child to be birthed, or rather a holy child to be birthed, or the seed of Abewa to be birthed, it will first of all push out that uncleanness. Because without pushing out that uncleanness, Abewa don't want to put his own seed there. That is his own people. I'm not saying Abewa is having sex. Please, don't get it twisted. Okay? So, the lineage, like Genesis chapter 5, is the holy lineage of YAHUAH. And Genesis chapter 1 simply means in the beginning, the gene of YAHUAH. Adam was the gene of YAHUAH. Yahushua is the gene of YAHUAH. I am the gene of YAHUAH. Okay? So, for YAHUAH to plant me in my mother's womb, first of all, it will cause that blood flow. It's uncleanness. That is, so when you are seeing that blood, you become unclean. Okay? It's uncleanness. First of all, that it will push it out. After that blood is flushed away, stained, then Abewa will not plant his seed. The one that is going to carry his legacy here on earth, which I am. Okay? Whose I am. Plant me there. Yes, today I'm doing his legacy. So, that is why that it will first of all push out that blood. You don't want to plant a seed, including that wickedness. And that blood... I don't want to say this. Let me just leave it. No problem. It is blood. That is, the womb is corrupt. And Allah said, okay, let's play that. Allah himself said, I will be reading I think I screenshot it. The Quranic verses or the reference. That the womb of the woman. Where is it now? Oh my eyebrow. Where's that? I hope I'm not deleting it. I hope I didn't delete it. Should I be here now? Time is running fast, Mary. Okay, yes, it's here. Let's see what Allah said He is doing with the womb of women. And that is the uncleanness, okay? Have you ever wondered why everything that has to do with this Islam is about women reward, vaginal reward? Now listen. After Aisha, oh no, not Aisha, oh my father. Let me make it big. After Allah creating the creation, what is the hadith? Please, me, I can't pronounce it, I beg. This is the hadith reference. Translated to English. I translated to English. After Allah creating the creation, the womb stood up and pulled at the lower garment of the most merciful. Now, when Allah finished creating the world, He said the womb just stood up and pulled direct to the lower loins of Allah. So Allah entered the womb. Allah was the one who entered the womb. Allah is the blood, the red dragon blood that is flowing in our menstrual cycle. That is why I'm going to be talking now, because time is really running out. Oh, I wanted to read the book of Yahshua. Oh, my Abba. That is why Mark chapter 5, verses 24 through 34. Mark chapter 5, verses 24 through 34. You still remember that woman of issue of blood? She sold everything she ever owned, and no physician were able to take care of her. Everybody abandoned her because she became unclean. When you are seeing blood, it simply means unclean. Something unclean is coming out of you, which is Allah. Because I was amazed to find the scriptures that Allah wear the womb of woman in his upper loins, that the womb of woman is Allah's garment in his upper loins, or his penis. He put the womb of woman, that is his penis is inside the womb of woman. Unbelievable. This one is so unbelievable. Now, we also do this feast they are doing. This scripture is used. This very one. You see, only one part I'm still doing. I don't know what I'm going to do with the second one. I wanted to talk about the symbol. Yahuwah. Oh, my Father. When I'm proving it, I want to prove it to the list. Let's go now to the book of Yahshua, chapter 18, verses, book of Yahshua. I think I'm not going to be reading some part. The book of Yahshua, chapter 18, verses 11 through 15. Let's see, the feast is also here. In those days in those days, all the people of Sodom and Gomorrah we are also celebrating it, and of all the whole 5 cities were exceedingly wicked and sinful against Yahuwah, and they provoked Yahuwah with their abominations. Remember, this feast is the abominations of the earth, and they strengthened in abominably and scornfully before Yahuwah. They strengthened the wickedness, and their wickedness and crimes were in those days great before Yahuwah. 12 now. And they had in their land a very extensive valley, about half a day's walking, and in it there were fountains of water and a great deal of herbage, surrounding the water. And all the people of Sodom and Gomorrah went there 4 times in the year with their wives and children and all belonging to them, and they rejoiced there with taborims and dances. 14. And in the time of rejoicing, they would all rise and lay hold of their neighbors' wives, and some the virgins, daughters of their neighbors, and they enjoyed them, and each man saw his wife and daughter in the hands of his neighbor, and did not say a word. 15. And they did so from morning till night, and they afterward returned home, each man to his house, and each woman to her tent, to their tent. So they always did 4 times in the year. Now this is the state Lupercalia. How do I know sex perversion? You see what he just said? Sodom and Gomorrah was also doing it. They were a participant of this wickedness. So now virginity is taken away. In this Lupercalia feast, this is where virginity will be broken. Teenagers will lost their virginity on this filthy ground. Both the boys, teenagers, that they will write a letter and throw it into a bowl, into a bowl. So women will write, men will write, especially women will write, then the men will choose. Whosoever they choose will become their life partner until the next Lupercalia. So they're going to be knocking, and knocking. It is all about sex. It's everywhere. It's just everywhere. Let's still do another one. It's my WhatsApp. Oh, my Abba, this message is heavy. And I wanted to postpone it to tomorrow. How can I do this one tomorrow? Oh, this one is the most heaviest. 44. Book of YAHUAH'S chapter 44. From verses, hey, my father. This one needed to be read. 26 to 54. How many chapters? Almost 30. I don't think I'm going to be doing that, but it needed to be read. You will see all the practicing over there. You needed Joseph. The love, the heart, the persuasion. Oh, my father. Let me see what I can do. And the sacrifice of blood. They are all here. Okay, 26. The book of YAHUAH'S, chapter 24, verses 26. And when she could not prevail over him to persuade him, and her soul being still fixed upon him, her desire, remember the string of the arrows is a desire. We'll return back there. So I want to talk about it. Everything is here. This arrow. And the one that is throwing is called copara. And that copara or copad. Anyways, okay, of it. So this one is called copar. What is the meaning of that copad? Passionate desire. Passionate. So this passionate desire hold arrows in his hand. He will shoot it in your heart for love. And what is that? Unbridled sexual lust. You count yourself unworthy of a bride. So now you now go for the lust, not love. Let's do Zelekiah. You will see this in Genesis 39. Okay, you will see this in Genesis 39. Zelekiah 27. She now became sick. Okay, let me read that. Her desire threw her into a grievous sickness. Desire for Joseph 27. And all the women of Egypt came to visit her, and they said unto her, why art thou in this declining state? Thou that lackest nothing, surely thy husband is a great and esteemed prince in the sight of the king. Shouldest thou lack anything of what thy heart desireth? He wants Joseph. And Zedekiah 28. And Zedekiah answered them, saying, this day it shall be made known to you whence this disorder springs in, which you see me. And she commanded her maid servants to prepare food for all the women, and she made a banquet feast for them. And all the women ate in the house of Zedekiah. 29. And she gave them knives to peel the citrons, to eat them, and she commanded that they should dress Joseph in costly garments, and that he should appear before them. And Joseph came before them. Now they want Joseph to come and entertain, like Samson entertained the gone when they were also doing this Lupercalia feast. She also wanted Joseph to come to entertain them, okay, to motivate them, to join them to celebrate the banquet, the feast. And Joseph came before their eyes. Okay, let me take it. Okay, Joseph in costly garments, and that he should appear before them. And Joseph came before their eyes, and all the women looked on Joseph and could not take their eyes from him, off him, and they all caught their hands with the knives that they had in their hands, and all the citrons that were in their hands were filled with blood. Lupercalia. These women were filled with blood, their garments, their oranges, what they call limes, everything, because of one desire. So what did they saw? They were seeing vision about who is Joseph, a holy one. The very one that carried the gene of Abba Yahuwah. They were seeing visions anyways about who? Very Joseph. The very one Potiphar's wife said they want to corrupt through sex. Lupercalia. 30. And they knew not what they had done. It is the oblation. It is this one, this blood sacrifice, it is to enable, okay? It is to enable the oblation. These is still oblations. These oblations of blood, oblations and blood sacrifice and rituals, it is to enable Zedekiah to rape Joseph. That was why I said this one needed to be read. 30 now. And they knew not what they had done, but they continued to look at the beauty of Joseph and did not turn their eyelids from him. They were seeing powerful vision. You see, Abiyawa don't hide who we are. He wanted to see the glory, but this one you can't corrupt it. Your love kill you, your desire kill you, your sexual love kill you. Zedekiah 31. And Zedekiah saw what they had done, and she said unto them, what is this work that you have done? Behold, I gave you citrons to eat, and you have all cut your hands. 32. And all the women saw their hands and blood. Okay, saw their hands, and behold, they were full of blood, and their blood flowed down upon their garments. And they said unto her, this slave in your house has overcome us. They are prophesying because these are oblation, these are ritual to enable a married woman to have raped innocent child, innocent boy. Overcome us, and we could not turn our eyelids from him on account of his beauty. 33. And she said unto them, surely this happened to you in the moment that you looked at him, and you could not contain yourselves from him. How then can I refrain when he is constantly in my house, and I see him day after day going in and out of my house? How then can I keep from declining or even from perishing on account of this? This is how strong, the reason why I need to read here, this is how strong sexual desire is in this feast. That we just count themselves unworthy, but the men that will expose their holies of holies. That is to say, their pride, their private part. 34 now. Then we just put it on the street. Let me read 34. And they said unto her, the words are true. For who can see this beautiful form in the house and refrain from him? And he is not thy slave and attendant in thy house. And why doest thou not tell him that which is in thy heart? See heart. You see what is loaded in the heart? And suffereth thy soul to perish through this matter. 35. And she said unto them, I am daily endeavoring to persuade him, and he will not consent to my wishes. And I promised him everything that is good, and yet I could meet with no return for him. I am therefore in declined state, as you see. Now listen, feborata is also big of fever for love. Have you ever heard this phrase from people who say, I'm sick for love? That is what is called feborata. And feborata or feborara is a month of a woman, a full whole month dedicated, or rather a whole month, a month named after sexual passion, desire, sexual immorality. Very passionate desire. 36. Zedekiah became very ill, very sick on account of her desire towards Joseph, and she was desperately lovesick on account of what the heck? This is a married woman. She was desperately lovesick on account of him. And all the people of the house of Zedekiah and her husband knew nothing of this matter, that Zedekiah was sick on account of her love for Joseph. He, a married woman. So this is the name. Copara or Copad or Copado. Either Copado, Copara, yeah. That is his name. Simply means passionate desire. It's a demon. So he was the one shot at Zedekiah's heart because they want to harvest power. They want to harvest the life of Abba Yehovah in Joseph. So he was the one who did that. Now listen, 37. And all the people of her house asked her, saying, why art thou sick and decline and lackest anything? And she said unto them, I knew not this thing, which is daily increasing upon me. Oh no, she's also being used. 38. And all the women and her friends came daily to see her, and they spoke with her. And she said unto them, this can only be taught. This can only be through the love of Joseph. And they said unto her, entice him, seize him secretly. Perhaps he may hearken to thee and put off this death from thee. And Zedekiah came. So they now taught that they give us some guideline how she's gonna say seize him, entice him and seize him. 39. And Zedekiah became worse from her love to Joseph, and she continued to decline till she had sincere strength to stand. 40. And on a certain day, Joseph was doing his master's work in the house, and Zedekiah came secretly and fell suddenly upon him. And Joseph rose up against her, and he was more powerful than she, and she brought her down to the ground. Are you mad? You want to rape him? 41. And Zedekiah wept on account of the desire of her heart towards him. And she supplicated him with weeping, and her tears flowed down her cheeks. And she spoke unto him in a voice of supplication and in a bitterness of soul, saying, hast thou ever heard, see, or know of so beautiful a woman as they said history said this woman, she's like angel, she's so pretty, so better than myself, who speak daily unto thee, fell into decline through love for thee, emotional attached, for thee, okay, confer all this honor upon thee, and still thou wilt not hearken to my voice. And if it be through fear of my master, of thy master, lest he punish thee, as the king liveth, so no harm, as the king liveth, no harm shall come to him. She reassured. I said, don't worry about my husband. No harm shall come to thee from thy master through this thing now. Through this thing now. Okay, where is it? Shall come before thee. Okay, now. Therefore, listen to me and consent for the sake of the honor which I have confided upon thee, and put off this death sick from me. And why should I die for thy sake? And she ceased to speak. 44. This is a married woman. Lupercalia. And Joseph answered her, saying, refrain from me. Leave this matter to my master. Behold, my master knoweth not what. Okay, behold, my master knoweth not what there is with me in the house. For all that belongeth to him, he has delivered unto my hand. And how shall I do this thing in my master's house? 45. For he had also greatly honored me in his house, and had also made me overseer over his house, and he had exalted me, and there is no one greater in this house than I, than I, than I am, than I am. And my master had refrained nothing from me excepting thee, who art his wife. How then canst thou speak these words unto me? And how can I do this great evil in sin, a great evil in sin to Yahuwah, to thy husband? For this is now, therefore, refrain from me, and speak no more such words as this. For I will not hearken to thy words. But Zechariah would not hearken to Joseph when he spoke these words unto her, but she daily enticed him to listen to her. Now, which day the father rapist wanted to take place? It was the day, because Babylon also, hey, this message is huge. Egypt also celebrate Lupercalia. That was the day they wanted to rape. After the oblation sacrifice, 47. And it was after this that the brook of Egypt was filled above all its sides. And all the inhabitants of Egypt went forth, and also the king and princes went forth with tabourets and dance, for it was a great rejoicing in Egypt, and a holiday at the time of the inundation, whatever, of the sea shore. That is a wave of the sea or whatever. See, so in audition or induction or in audition of the sea shore, and they went there to rejoice all the day. Look at when the wickedness wanted to carry out. It was the day they normally celebrate this feast, Lupercalia, for the 8th. And when the Egyptians went out to the river to rejoice, as was their custom, all the people of the house of Potiphar went with them, but Zedekiah would not go with them. The spirit asked Zedekiah, that is the spirit that was also tormenting Zedekiah. The wicked spirit asked Zedekiah to stay home. I want to clear the house now. Now, what was history have it that on this feast, this is the river Nile. That was what in Genesis, Exodus, Abiyahu first of all attacked and struck the river. When it turned it into blood, that is their blood be upon them, because it is blood pollution. Now, when this river pumped up like this, both Pharaoh, the king, and all his princes will not go to that river. They will be masturbating. Egypt worship vagina. It's Allah. So they will be masturbating into the river for also a gay fertilization, fruitfulness. Yes, their own is fruitfulness, to be fruitful. Fruitfulness, because they said the land, oh my Abba, will brings about huge prosperity, fruitfulness. So they will carry their penis. They will go and masturbate inside this river. They will release it inside this river. They will release it inside this river. They will put their semen inside that river. It is all about sex, sex, sex. Now, 49. And she rose up and ascended to her temple service now, in the house, and dressed herself in princely garments. And she placed upon her head precious stones of onyx stones inlaid with silver and gold. And she beautified her face, that is makeup, and skin with all sorts of manners purification liquid. Now listen. You see that blood of goat and sheep they sprinkled upon people in your Loversday and your Valentine's Day? They said it is purification for conception. They said it is purification. And Zedekiah is also purifying herself with that same liquid. I don't know which liquid is this, okay? Whether it's blood, I don't know. And she perfumed the temple and the house with cassia and frankincense, and she spread myrrh and onyx And she afterward sat in the entrance of the temple, in the passage of the house, through which Joseph passed to do his work. And behold, Joseph came from the field and entered the house to do his master's work. 50. And he came to the place through which he had to pass, and he saw all the work of Zedekiah, and he turned back. 51. And Zedekiah saw Joseph turning back from her. She called out to him, saying, What aileth thee, Joseph? Come to thy work, and behold, I will make a room for thee until thou shalt have passed to thy seat. 52. And Joseph returned and came to the house, and passed from thence to the place of his seat, and he sat down to do his master's work as usual. And behold, Zedekiah came to him and stood before him in priestly garment, and sent from her clothes was spread to a distance. Seduction. 53. And she hastened and caught hold of Joseph and his garments, and she said unto him, As the king liveth, if thou oh my Abba, this message is huge. Like I said, we are still on point 1, on point 2, or about 4. Only talking. But I want to read this. Okay. And she said unto him, As the king liveth, if thou wilt not perform my request, thou shalt die this day. And she hastened and stretched forth her hands, and stretched forth her other hand, and drew a sword. This is it. From beneath her garment, and she placed it upon Joseph's neck. And she said, Rise and perform my request, and if not, thou diest this day. 54. And Joseph was afraid of her at her doing this thing, and he rose up to flee from her, and she seized the front of his garment, and in the terror of his flight, the garment which Zedekiah seized was torn, and Joseph left the garment in the hand of Zedekiah and fled and got out, for he was in fear. I'll be stopping over there. So with the Zedekiah, the Joseph you keep hearing Christians talking about, he fled away, flee from fornication. Which day? It was on this feast. The day Babylon and Egypt celebrated their own. So that was the forces of darkness that endorsed Zedekiah, empowered her. That was the blood shell, empowered her to descend on Joseph. But somehow, of course, the blood of Abiwa can never be harvested, which is their ritual. Joseph still conquered. So it was the feast of Lupercalia. This wickedness wanted to take place. I think I'm only going to be talking now. I read this already. Arabos, I read this already. This year, 44. Okay, Genesis, you can see the reference. Genesis 39, verses 11 through 13. He left the cloth. He left it there. Now, what happened? When he left his garment, which means Joseph became naked. Joseph became naked. And Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 through 10, verses 7, you know, when the serpent deceived the man and the woman, after they have had sexual intercourse, they became naked. And on this, okay, I will read there. On this feast, you must be naked. It is simply the feast of nakedness, celebrating it in nakedness. They did that to Joseph, but yet Joseph never succumbed, because Joseph always his sin. Now, Genesis 3, verses 7. And the eyes of them both were opened, and they knew they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and covered themselves and made themselves apron. Which part apron is protecting this, or apron is covering? The reproductive organ. I think they ate fruit. They should have covered their mouth. Why their penis and their vagina? So they make apron, they use apron to cover, just only the reproductive organ. Again, in this feast of Lupercalia, they will take the goat skin, hind, they will use it to cover their penis and their vagina, only that part. Apron. Now listen, how about when I came in? What is this? They now said they were naked. And who told you were naked? The serpent exposed that onto them. So they were doing, oh my Abba again. I'm tired. So this is Lupercalia. You know, it began here. Lupercalia. Oh my Father. They'll be taking time. Let me wait. Now, Exodus 32, verses 25, I read. When Moses saw that the people were naked, for Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. Now, you see, what were they doing? What were they doing? They were celebrating the golden calf in nakedness. They were stripped naked in celebrating the golden calf. Exactly in the feast of Lupercalia, celebrating Lupercalia, the day of the wolf, people, man and woman, will be naked. They will be naked. Zedekiah stripped Joseph naked, but Joseph did not celebrate it. Even though you are stripping me naked, taking my garment from me, I run on the street naked, but still, I will not celebrate it. I will not do that oblation, no way. 2 Samuel chapter 11, verses 13. When Joseph saw the Bathsheba naked, he goes for it. And the book of Enoch, chapter 7. Oh, I also wanted to read, my father. It said they lust after women. They lust after women. So they became naked. Verses 2 and 3. These fallen angels lust after women. And that is the lust you are celebrating today, people. Not love, You are celebrating lust. What was the other one? Okay, so let's present that to 4. This 4, I'm only going to be talking. The heart symbol. A heart symbol. So let's go to the heart. Okay, I have it here. So the heart symbol, I don't think I'm going to be reading all this one. I will just put it like that. I've already once done this. So what is in the heart? Mark chapter 12, verses 13. Abaywa said, love me with everything in you, all your hearts. Okay, all your hearts. What is in your heart? What did Abaywa put in there? Matthew 12, 34 through 35. I need to do this. I read Matthew chapter 12, 34 now. O generations of vipers, how can ye, being evil, speak good things? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. A good man out of the good treasure of the heart bring forth good things. And an evil man out of the evil treasure in his heart bring forth evil things. So the heart is where the whole thing lies. That's where it is. The heart, it carries your strong passion, your desire. Everything you desire is in your heart. And we see that demon that is shutting people's heart for sexual lust. Okay, I will be reading this one also. So we see already, say out of the heart, if you have good things there, that is, what is the good things? Abaywa is only Abaywa is good, which is his word, the light. If it occupies your heart, of course, yes, it's going to be like what I'm bringing out now. This is what is in my heart. And this is what I burn in passion for. I burn in passion for this. I'm so passionate about this. Okay. So the point 4 is the symbol. Okay. Heart. Now listen. Proverbs 4, verses 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. He said life is in the heart. And this demon said is shutting your heart for sexual lust. That is not love. It is lust. It's shooting your heart for iniquity. The issue of death is going to be also in you. Be also in your heart. From your heart is going to proceed. That is, instead of good things to resident in your heart, in order for your life to be bringing forth that good fruit of Abba Yahuwah, this demon will shut your heart. It will attack your heart. Therefore, your heart is going to be pumping nonsense of iniquity. So, issue of life is no more coming from there. It is not issue of death. All right, since I'm here already, let me just read it. Psalms chapter 190, verses 11. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against you. But this demon is going to be, you see what they were searching for Joseph's heart. They were digging into Joseph's heart, but Joseph refused to reveal the secret of his heart. He said, come on now, I'm not giving it unto you. You can't harvest this one. Though you harvest that of mighty man of Yahuwah, Samson, but my own you can't. No, you can't. You see, harvest. Harvest is also contributing in this delay of mine. Get out. I think I'm only going to be talking. So we are looking into what is in your heart. Genesis, rather, I've once done this anyways. What is it? Jeremiah 31, verses 31 through 33. Abba Yahuwah said, I'm going to be writing my law in your heart, no more on the tablet of stone. Lupercalia defy the very first one written in the tablet. So now it is the tablet of your heart, no more the stone, but now your heart. But Lupercalia is still shooting arrow of lust. The one they call love, Loversday, is arrow of lust piercing your heart. Okay? Said, I'm going to be writing it in your heart. Jeremiah 31, verses 31 through 33. Matthew chapter 5, verses 27 through 30. Yahushua said, if you look at a woman and you lust in your heart, you want your heart to be perfect because the issue of life, that is where it is. Okay? That is where that life is. John 14:15. If you love me, you must channel that love to him in order to keep the word of life. Okay? Keep the word. But say if you don't love me, you can't do that. Yeah. Lupercalia has taken hold of you. Galatians 5:22. It said, love Yahuwah, first of all, the fruit of the Holy Spirit. Loving him in your heart, that is how you keep the word of Abba, which is life. Okay, now Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 9 said, meditate on these very good things. Let all these things be meditated. That is, put something positive, something that have good report, something that is going to lead you into eternal peace and eternal reign with King Yahushua HaMashiach. That is the thing you should be occupying your heart with. Those are the things that should be, woofering all over your heart. That is the thing you should have bank in your heart. That is the treasure that should be in your heart. Not Lupercalia. Don't let that short arrow in your heart. So we are done with the heart symbol. So I want to show the picture. Have I done? Yes, we are done with that. So let me show you the symbol. The symbol of heart. The one they gave to you now. But I will show you the full heart. Abba what gave unto you, created for you. I'm going to be showing you that one, the picture. But the one the Lupercalia gave unto you, the very one you are displaying, I think is very good. We are here now. Seeing that one, the very one you are displaying, you see? Is this really the normal heart? Is this how our heart chamber is? Of course not. But it's a symbol of heart. You cross your two fingers, you made the sign of this, then you said that is heart. My heart, pant for you. Is this really the heart Abba Yahuwah gave unto us? What happened to the heart Abba Yahuwah gave unto us? You see, this is a symbol of heart for your Valentine. So what happened to the very one Abba Yahuwah gave unto us? So these are the one they gave unto you. But we want to see, you see this one now, you see the arrow pierce the heart. This is the heart they gave unto you now. So let's go back to that one. I think that one is the most biggest here. Where is it? Is this how your heart look like? Please Google and see the condition and the situation of your heart. And know what has already been removed from by Lupercalia. Because the heart Abba Yahuwah gave unto you from Wales, the issue of life spring. Okay, I want to show you that one. the functioning and the body of your heart chambers. Okay, I want to show it onto you. Where's the picture now? Oh, I'm running out of time. So this is the one YAHUAH gave unto you. How does this now look like? This one you are celebrating. This is the one they gave unto you. Lupercalia gave unto you the day of wolf. Okay, YAHUAH gave you the day to atone for your soul, to cover you, to keep off for you, to cover you from destruction, from your nakedness. But the day of wolf said, this is the day I'm going to tear you all into pieces. He gathered all of you together already, and you are celebrating his judgment. This is his judgment, and this is his wrath. The day is going to tear every one of you into pieces. That's Sokoto, that nonsense, that is under his blood, the blood of goat. He said, this day I'm going to finish all of you. This is the heart he gave unto you now. What happened to all the 4 chambers? Removed. Let me read all your heart functioning system. Your heart have 4 chambers. Left atrium, left ventricle, left oh my father, whatever. I'm tired already. Oxygen poor blood, oxygen rich blood. So which one could be taking the this is the one taking out the carbon dioxide, the poor blood that is not needed in you. Pull it out, remove it, while the other one is pumping in life. Now, right atrium, right atrium, right ventricle. Those are the ones to carry the heart chambers. Okay, so those are the ones to carry the bad oxygen, and the other one will be ushering in the good oxygen. Okay, take out a cell, carbon dioxide, the other one will bring that. This is the functioning system, your most precious organ, your most powerful organ. You see all the 4 chambers removed, absolutely stripped naked. Now left only where the blood stays. The functioning is gone. All the atrium and ventricle pulled out by Lupercalia. He removed it. He deleted it. Because for you to get this, you must remove all the 4 chambers utterly. All the functioning system done away with by Lupercalia, which is Allah. And then I left this empty one for you. No function, nothing. A dead heart. Now, see, they said that heart, they love use arrow to pierce your heart. If arrow cannot pierce somebody's heart, it's pain. That is not love. That is pain. That is sorrow. Because the heart is so tender. It doesn't need anything harsh at all. Okay. Now, the other one about the heart, I don't think I'm going to be reading this. He said he's going to be executing the will of his heart. Jubilees chapter 9. You know, a deity brag in his heart also. Isaiah 14 verses 12 through 15. He said in his heart, I will make myself like the Most High. So he has already destroyed his heart. And this is what he's having. And now also give you this kind of heart. That is the symbol. Spiritually, that is what you are carrying up. All the functioning systems spiritually that should have been holding the word of YAHUAH, holding the love of YAHUAH, holding heaven, holding eternal peace. Allah destroyed them all. And Jesus Christ, they remove it from your heart. Because they have already destroyed their own. Now, the book of Jubilees, chapter 10, verses 1 through 9. It said, this is the will of my heart. Let me see if I will be able to read it. I think I don't. Oh, I'm really tired, honestly. So if you have it, the book of Jubilees, chapter 10, take it from verses 1 through 9. So I will be reading just 8 and 9 for the sake of time. I quickly want to rush the one left now. So I'm reading now verses 8. And the chief of the priest, mastermind, is Allah again, okay? Came and said, Adonai, creator, let some of them remain before me, and let them hearken to my voice, and do all that I shall say unto them. For if some of them are not left to me, I shall not be able to execute the power of my will on the sons of men, for these are for corruption. Cain, anybody like Cain are for corruption, and leading astray before my judgment. For great is the wickedness of the sons of men. And he said, let the tenth part descend. Okay, now you see the power of his will. This is his commandment. This is what he have in his heart. And he said he wants you to carry out. You should listen to his voice. You should do whatever I ask you to do. He said, because these people, they are made for corruption. Because if you cannot change, which means your sin is already upon you, it's a crown on you. Like the red beast and the red dragon. That is their crown. Revelation 12:3, Revelation 17, or rather Revelation 13 verses 1 also. Is the crown on their head. So where's the other one? Jeremiah 17, I will be reading this one, honestly. All right, Revelation chapter 17 verses 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? He said the heart of man is so deceitful. What is making it to be? Who is deceiving your heart? It is where we just read. He has already destroyed his own heart, removing all the functioning system, leaving it naked in this manner, and nothing of life in it any longer. Therefore, what he put in his own heart is also put. That is the arrow that they are using to pierce your heart. Is wickedness, desperately wicked. That's what we are celebrating. These are all the idioms surrounding your feast, okay? These are all the idioms, okay? Proverbs 8:35 through 36. YAHUAH said, if you love me, you love life. If you hate me, you love death. That's it. These are death. You give your heart to all this nonsense. Now we want to do the garment of skin. You know, they will use the skin goat to cover their reproductive organ. I'm not going to be reading any of this. I only to talk. I have 4 minutes to live here. Genesis 25 verses 23 through 25. You know, 2 nations, Esau and Jacob. And it said Jacob was hairy garment. His garment was the garment of animals people, animals kingdom. In the book of YAHUAH, chapter 27, verses 10 and 11, this one is short, but I'm not going to be reading it. The garment of Papa Adam and Mama Kawa, Nimrod stole it. Rather, Kosh stole it, the sons of Ham. You know, from then, the giant came back, okay? They stole it. They stole that garment. So, now they stole that garment and give it, Ham stole it, he gave it to Kosh. Kosh gave it to Nimrod. Nimrod, we are the one said whenever Nimrod put that garment, it will be so mighty, powerful, nobody will be able to stand on his way. Esau, because he sold, he wear it from Allah's kingdom, he now also went to go and steal it. That is, he killed Nimrod. He didn't steal. He killed Nimrod. He took that garment. The garment, as we are talking, is in the bosom of Esau. Okay, it's in the bosom of Esau. And you know, in this Lupercalia celebration, they will take the skin, the skin of the goat and dog, goat to be precise. They will use it to cover their reproductive organ for power of procreation. Now, they think the way Nimrod was putting on that animal skin garment, you know, and that making prosper, and they got it from there. Okay, they now also take some part to put it to cover their reproductive organ for power also, for power. So how does this allude, connect to you now? Spiritually, they are putting that is, you are not the body of animal, because that is body of animal. You are the body of animal, the body of goat and dog. That's what they are turning into you all roundly. They are tying you with this, their nonsense symbol. With this, their nonsense symbol. The book of YAHUAH, chapter 7, verses 27 through 30, you will see it over there. Kosh stole it. Ham, stole it. Okay, we proceed now to the final symbol. The final symbol, what is it? Okay. The final symbol is the arrow they used to. This arrow. I want to do this one, then I will just run out of this place. I'm tired already. This arrow now, what is this for? You know, the word of YAHUAH is a sword. And it said the word of Abba is a double-edged sword. It will pierce its living. And devil said, I'm also going to make my own self like the Most High. You also have a sword. This is it's also going to be piercing your heart. No, all this is piercing, heart piercing, eh? It's heart piercing. So the word of Abba is a double-edged sword. So that will pierce your heart. It said, let me check. I will be reading it. Hebrew chapter 4, verses 12. Hebrew chapter 4, verses 12. For the word of Yahuwah is living and active, sharper than any double-edged sword. It penetrated even to dividing of soul and spirit and joints and marrows. It judged the thought and attitude of their hearts. And we see in Lupercalia this arrow being shot. They call it arrow of love, direct to your heart. This very heart they gave you already, the heart of emptiness. And they said they're going to be making themselves like the Most High. So that arrow, exactly what the word of Abba Yahuwah is doing in our chambers, 4 chambers of the heart, putting life in there. Exactly what this Lupercalia is also doing, putting death in your heart. Because the arrow is also active. It's also living. If it's not living, you wouldn't have been celebrating it. If it's not active, you wouldn't have been found there. It should have died a natural death long, how many thousands of years. You shouldn't have been celebrating. It shouldn't have been here today. But they just rebrand it. But it's still the same spirit. So it's still living. Now this arrow is simply mean death. It's a Messiah. In his hand is a bow. In Revelation. Oh, this I've cut out. It's a Messiah, okay? It's the weapon of a Messiah that is going to be, that is Jesus and Allah. That is Mahdi and Jesus. Mahdi, this is Mahdi. Ishmael again. Revelation 6:1. And I saw when the lamp opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, and one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth to conquer and to conquer. This is the final Lupercalia. It's going to conquer. You're going to be celebrating YAHUAH'S. Family, I will be done by now. I'm done. I'm not going to be ready one scripture that is left. Should I? I'm really tired. Yes, this is the place I wanted to also read. Enoch chapter 15, verses 1. Let's quickly rush it. And it came to pass when the children of men had multiplied, that in those days were born unto them beautiful and comely daughters too now. And the angels, the children of heaven, saw and lusted after them, and said to them one another. They even took oath. They took covenant. You know, blood covenant. When you also goes to 1 Kings chapter 18, you're also going to be seeing it over there. That the first prophet, 850 prophets of Jezebel, when they were unable to call fire, what did they do? They now begin to cut themselves, and blood now gush out. It said in that is their manner. Whoo! Blood covenant is huge. It's really big. So I want to read the final part now that we call it a day. It's long, honestly. This message is really long. I think this should be the longest. The book of Yahshua 21, verses 11 through 15 or so. Let's quickly do that. And Ishmael, the son of Abraham, was growing up in those days. He was 14 years old when Sarai bore Isaac to Abraham. 12. And Yahuwah was with Ishmael, the son of Abraham, and he grew up and he learned how to use the bow and became hunter. 13. And when Isaac was 5 years old, he was sitting with Ishmael at the door of the tent, and Ishmael came to Isaac and seated himself opposite to him, and he took the bow. That is the arrow, okay? And drawn it and put the arrow in it and intended to slay Isaac. So this was why he was being sent out. And Sarah saw the heart of Ishmael desired to do to her son Isaac, and he grieved her exceedingly on account of her son. And she sent for Abraham and said to him, cast out this bondwoman and her son, for her son shall not be hanged with my son, for thus did he seek to do unto him this day. So it's a Messiah. This is the weapon of Mahdi. When he comes, you're going to be seeing this arrow. I want to celebrate demonic activities. Family, I'm done. So it is what that is. It is a religion and their feast and their heart desire in all and all. They put it in the feast. They are ministering unto you through feast. Okay? They are ministering to you through feast. You will be celebrating it. I'm done. Thank you. I love you so much. I'm out.